Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It is a hot, humid, overcast Monday evening in New York City, but it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays in the first game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Al Leiter, I'm Michael Kay. Hey, it wasn't a great road trip for the Yankees. They went 2-4, but they finished strong. They took 2 out of 3 against the Cleveland Indians. And yesterday, the rubber game of the three-game set, they got great relief pitching from their bullpen, and they also got some clutch hits.
They did, Michael, and I'll tell you that Ichiro in the second inning, the Yankees end up scoring 3 runs off of Alda Jimenez, the line drive up the middle. Enough runs early in the game, the 3 runs had some cushion until later in the game, Granderson's 33rd home run of the year, but his 200th career home run, and separated the difference in a 4-2 Yankees win.
All right, let's take a look now at the New York Lottery pitching matchup. For the Blue Jays, it's Henderson Alvarez, 7-11 convenient, 4.84 ERA. And for the Yankees, filling in for the injured Ivan Nova, David Phelps gets the start, 3-4 with a 2.69. And Al, you like what you've seen of Phelps so far? I
do. I think David Phelps is really emerging as these opportunities as a starter. He pitched a good ball game, ended up losing the game against the Red Sox opposite field home run. Adrian Gonzalez settled down, had 7 strikeouts. He's got a nice combination of his curveball, slider, occasional changeup. I think his fastball is plenty enough, and he's getting this opportunity now with the injuries in the Yankee rotation to get this start.
Well, let's see how he does, and let's see how the Yankees do, because now they're in a pennant race. The Tampa Bay Rays are right there, and Buck Showalter's Orioles as well. We'll take a look at the developing race when we return on Yes. Four games behind the Yankees, although they lost a game and a half over the weekend. The Orioles are 4.5 back. Then you have the Red Sox and the Yankees' opponents tonight, the Toronto Blue Jays. That's Al Leiter. I'm Michael Kay. What do you make of this? Which team scares you more, the Rays or the Orioles?
No doubt about it. Tampa Bay Rays, the starting pitching. Fernando Rodney on the back end has been almost nearly perfect, so he's done the job and solidified there. Joe Madden, the magic he's done with the offense. I know Longoria's back, has Staple in the middle of the lineup, but when you have Price, Shields, and now Moore's come on strong, Hellickson, you got quality arms every single night. I think they're the most formidable, if I were the Yankees, to think about the matchups. And really, for me, it's, CC pitched great. Kuroda has been the best, really, with CC going down. The consistency of a number 3 starter will be really much of how this race gets either closer or widens.
All right, the Yankees are playing the teams that they have to beat, and that's the most important thing, so they have their destiny in their own hands. When we come back, we'll have the lineups, first pitch, not this baseball, but the baseball in the big ballpark. That's next, right here on Yes. part by your tri-state area Volkswagen dealers. Visit VWDealer.com. By J&R Music and Computer World. And by Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the New York Yankees. We're going to have baseball tonight. There was some concern earlier in the day. It was raining in New York City, but obviously it is cleared up now, and we have two Olympians ready to throw out the first pitch, Christy Rampone and Sarah Hughes. And both varying degrees of success in getting the pitches over to the catchers, so that means we're about ready for baseball. Did you ever catch a first pitch?
I want to say I met both of them and how sweet they were. They were so nervous about throwing out the first ball.
And they're Olympic champions, yeah.
Showing off the gold.
Well, there you go. So congratulations to them. There's Sarah Hughes in the front right there. And also they're representing the Women's Sports Foundation. So good to have them here at the stadium. Well, the Yankees have taken the field, and David Phelps is taking his warm-ups. So why don't we take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup presented by Bank of America. Rajai Davis is in left field. He'll lead off. Batting second and playing center field is Colby Rasmus. Edwin Encarnacion, the first baseman, hits third. Adam Lynn, the DH, will clean up. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, Yunel Escobar. Kelly Johnson, the second baseman, bats sixth. Batting seventh and catching, Yorvit Torrealba. The right fielder is Moises Sierra. He's going to bat eighth. And batting ninth and playing third base is Adeni Hechavarria. David Phelps, the youngster, is on the mound, and he is filling in for the DL Ivan Nova. 24 games, 5 starts, 3 and 4, 2.69 ERA, 53 hits in 63 and 2/3 innings, more than a strikeout per inning.
Like his stuff, there's no question about it. David Phelps is getting an opportunity. Let's take a look at the McDonald's pitcher scatter report. Keep building. That last start, I know it was a loss. Got into the 7th inning, 7 strikeouts against the Red Sox. Good overall stuff. Works fast. Every defensive player behind a pitcher works fast. They appreciate it. Throws strikes and good late life on his fastball. He'll throw that two-seam fastball in on the lefty that comes back over the inside corner. He's aggressive. He's taking advantage of this opportunity. David Phelps, a good-looking young pitcher.
Now, let's be honest. The Yankees have to make hay against a team like Toronto, really playing bad baseball right now. They've lost 7 straight. They are 5-21 in their last 26 games, and they've lost 6 straight series. So the Yankees have to do some damage against a team like this when they know that the Rays are in Texas playing the tough Rangers. So a chance to build on their 4-game lead. Rajai Davis digs in. Phelps is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. The first pitch is a strike, and we're underway.
Well, with that said, Michael, there's no question about it. The Yankees would like to make some hay here. Yes, the Toronto Blue Jays, I'll tell you, early in the year, I just was excited about.
That one is driven to center field. Granderson is there. He'll make the play for the first out.
How they started out, and it comes down to injuries, and we'll talk about it tonight. They've had several key players that have been injured. See a little Grandy cheering on the bleacher creatures. And it really has cost them an opportunity to stay with the Yankees and the top of the division.
They've lost about 60% of their starting staff. It's been a tough go for the Blue Jays, who had high hopes this year.
Starting with that Brandon Morrow loss, Michael.
Here's Colby Rasmus. 1 hit in his last 19 at-bats. Foul back.
When you talk about not wanting... look, baseball's all about stats. Sorry, folks, if you don't like it. How about this? 0 for 20 the Blue Jays are when Colby Rasmus has been in the last 20 games. His last 20 games, they have not won a game. Now, granted, they're 5-21.
Yeah.
He has struggled. 232 on the season.
Rip foul into the camera well. Hope everybody's okay. New York's finest scattered out of the way. So there's some smiles, so we assume everything's okay. Count 1 and 2. Strike 3. Rasmus down looking. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense, which is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. In the outfield, Raul Ibanez, Curtis Granderson, and Ichiro Suzuki. That's left to right. In the infield, Eric Chavez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Mark Teixeira, third to first. Russell Martin is behind the plate, and David Phelps is on the mound. Here's one of the bright spots for the Blue Jays. Look at the numbers. He has had a breakout season. Edwin Encarnacion. Good breaking ball strike.
That's putting it mildly, Michael. There's no doubt about it. What Edwin Encarnacion has finally figured out. Look, you see with last year, the 272, 17 home runs, 34 home runs.
Fly ball, right center. Granderson is there, and we'll find out what he figured out a little bit later on. The Blue Jays go down in order 1, 2, 3, so it's the Blue Jays nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. And this will face Henderson Alvarez. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, leads off. The DH, Nick Swisher, will bat second. Batting third, the second baseman, Robinson Canó. At first base, Mark Teixeira will clean up. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Curtis Granderson. Eric Chavez, the third baseman, bats sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher, Russell Martin. Raul Ibanez in left field will hit eighth. And batting ninth and playing right field is Ichiro Suzuki. Now, the Blue Jays got rained out yesterday against the Orioles. This was supposed to be Ricky Romero's start, but Alvarez was going to start yesterday. He's moved to today. Romero is tomorrow. 24 starts, 7-11 record, 30 more hits than innings pitched. Not good. 56 strikeouts, 41 walks, a bad ratio. The opponent's batting average against .301.
Well, you're seeing that right there. The 56 strikeouts stick out to me. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He has strikeout stuff. His plus, let's take a look at the McDonald's pitcher scout report. Plus live fastball, we're going to see some 95, 96. Now, this is a little bit. He gives up a lot of ground ball, gets double plays, but he gives up the long ball, makes mistakes in the zone. He's given up 22 home runs this year. You talk about a rough August. He's 0-4 in his last 4 starts. August, a 7.29 ERA. Young pitcher, 22 years old, as I said, and makes mistakes in the zone. Could be a dangerous combination to this Yankee lineup.
Been a tough year for John Farrell, working through the injuries, but no one wants to use injuries as an excuse. Derek Jeter was 10 for 28 on the road trip. And he takes a strike yesterday. Derek had his 6-game hitting streak snap. He was 0 for 5, which is rare, but he did pick up an RBI groundout. Jeter hitting .391 this year, leading off the game in the first inning. And he has 5 home runs out of his 45 hits in those spots. Count 1-1. I think people see those stats, Al, and they say, let's stop throwing first pitch fastballs, because I think Derek goes up there a lot hunting a first pitch fastball.
Especially early in the game. I always thought that, Michael. I don't care leadoff hitter or not. Derek's a little different. I mean, he's not a home run guy. But yes, this is their opportunity to spin. You got a pitcher establishing himself to throw strikes. You have a catcher-pitcher scouting report that says, hey, look, don't empty the bag. Get ahead with your fastball, limit your secondary pitches, and see if you can get through the first couple innings without throwing too many breaking balls.
1-2.
And Derek,
he did that to you in a World Series game.
There was a changeup.
Yeah.
How dumb was I?
But how could it? What was it a changeup off of?
Exactly. Hit me. Go ahead.
It was a bad fastball.
First pitch, but I threw, I think, 2 of them. It was so dumb.
Ground ball to short. Escobar gets Jeter for the first out. Why don't we take a look Had the entire defense for the Blue Jays, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. In the outfield, Davis, Rasmus, and Sierra. That's left to right. Infield, it's Echevarria, Escobar, Johnson, and Encarnacion. Torey Alba. A lot of letters in that defense behind the plate, and Alvarez is on the mound. Here's Nick Swisher. Nick had a very good road trip. 9 hits and 21 at-bats. And he really has taken a liking to this number 2 spot in the lineup. Hitting .278, 19 homers, 73 runs batted in. August 8th is when he moved to the 2nd spot in the lineup. It's 18 games. He's hitting .357 in the number 2 hole. 5 homers and 18 ribbies, 15 runs scored. 1-1.
Well, talking about how you approach a leadoff hitter, you get ahead, you generally get more fastballs. There's no doubt about it. Nick Swisher, you talk about locked in. Look at those numbers there. 18 games, as Michael just said, .357. It's a comfort, Michael. The guy's getting in this spot, especially the 2 hole. It's usually a situational hitter. Really, Nick isn't that. He's a guy that's going to back leg in 19 home runs. But knowing that you have Canó and Swisher and Grandy behind it, and when Alex is healthy, you know, it's just a different feel. And you know you're going to get a lot more strikes, mostly fastballs.
That one's grounded fair, caught there by Encarnacion. Nick Swisher didn't run. He said it was a foul ball. But the first base umpire, Ed Hickox, thought differently. And that'll do it for the 2nd out as Nick walks back to the Yankee dugout.
Well, you always run it out, but even with it, let's see.
Fair ball.
Hits a line, goes over the bag visually from the home plate umpire. Once it goes past first base, Ed Hickox has the call. That's just wishful thinking right there. That was a good call.
And the call is the home plate umpire's call before it crosses first. Once it goes past first, then it becomes the base umpire's call. Canó takes outside, 1-0. Canó started to come back toward the end of the road trip with a 4-game hitting streak. Struggled a bit at the beginning in Chicago, but turned it into an 8-for-21 road trip. And the average at .309.
Well, as good as hitter as Robinson Canó is, it's a balance issue. And anytime that I see Robbie hitting the ball well, it's middle of the field. Not afraid to go to left center field on that fastball away. And it's just really a guy gets caught in between, like most major league hitters. If they get in a slump, you got pitchers that make quality pitches with their fastball and get hitters out on the front side. It doesn't last long. Robinson Canó is as good as they get. When he's balanced, stays through the middle of the field, he hits the ball hard.
Let's check out the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. 77 degrees, 78% humidity, 12 miles per hour is the wind. It's cloudy, and there are isolated thunderstorms in the forecast. We'll try to stay away from those, Al.
Well done.
Thank you. The 3-1 to Canó. That one's driven deep to right center field. There it goes. See ya! A solo home run into the Yankee bullpen, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Big smile, pretty balanced swing there. Down and in the nitro zone for just about every left-hander I knew. You see, this pitch is supposed to be away. The ball ends up going on the inside part of the plate. Robinson Canó, beautiful swing. 26 home run on the year. Special player.
Swisher takes outside. Man, a strike. Lofted into left field. Backing up is Rajai Davis, and that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead. That man hit a solo home run. His 26th home run of the year, 69th ribby, and a 1-0 Yankee lead.
Well, injury plague, we talked about it. Many of their major starters have been spending a lot of time on the disabled list. Brandon Morrow, Sergio Santos, Kyle Drabek, Jose Bautista, big loss. Right on down the line, big problem for the Blue Jays this year. Power and speed. Rajai Davis, second in the American League in stolen bases between Bautista and Encarnacion. You get a lot of home run balls. Bronx Blues, they lost the last 8 games in the Bronx. Not easy for the Canadians to come down here. Toronto having a tough time in the Bronx.
Tell you what, Al, the Blue Jays have been awful on the road overall. They're 25-40 on the road, so 15 games under 500 away from Rogers Center. And they're 1 game above 500 at home. Here's Adam Lind. He's going to lead it off. So David Phelps has a 1-0 lead on the strength of Robinson Cano's solo home run.
One of those injured players, Michael, missed 27 games. This is his first game back. He's had a back problem, and that was the reason why they sent him down and also put him on the DL. Nice player. If you remember a few years ago, he had numbers similar to Albert Pujols. Batted over 30, 300, over 30 home runs and 100 RBIs.
High fly ball, deep center, backing up Granderson. He's on the track at the wall. See it. Tie game. Lynn goes yard, 1-1. That is his 8th home run in 90 at-bats here at the new Yankee Stadium. No visiting players had more. Victor Martinez has 9. Russell Branyan also has 8.
An easy, smooth swing from Adam Lind. Looked like Phelps threw a changeup. Oh, yeah. Middle of the plate up. 1-1 count. 84 mile an hour changeup, middle of the plate. Adam Lind, his 9th home run of the year. Just kept sailing. Granderson thought he maybe had a shot at it.
That one is laced into center field. Granderson back will make the play to retire Yunel Escobar for the first out.
Just kept going and going. That was the barreled it up. Adam Lind did. Kept drifting there, leaving that changeup up in the zone. Hot, humid night here at the stadium. Not good for David Phelps.
Ninth home run of the year for Lind, his 28th ribby. Kelly Johnson swings and misses. And that home run also broke an 0 for 8 slide for Lind. Has not had much to smile about this year. Count 0-2 on Johnson. Johnson got off to a great start, but now he's hitting 222 because he's hit 169 since the All-Star break.
Just caught in between. When you look at numbers like that, Michael, and as good and hot of a hitter as Kelly Johnson was, he's just absolutely lost. He's caught in between. This is where pitchers take advantage. They watch video and they see the scout report of guys not barreling up fastballs. Just late on that 91 mile an hour. There's that comeback pitch. I like that pitch from David Phelps. Tries to throw it inside corner. You see where Russell Martin is setting up. Actually middle of the plate. Some buy-in. Ball got more of home plate. If a guy's hot or at least feeling comfortable here, you see the two-seam grip. Great shot right there. Have that little two-seam effect that comes back over the plate.
Pitch is high to TOR AT NYA. There's a strike. Hey, stay tuned during the 6th inning for a message from our friends at the Fox Business Network. Fouled off near the plate. 1-2.
TOR AT NYA was with the Texas Rangers, just got picked up by the Blue Jays on the 16th of August. A nice young looking JP Arcibia fractured his hand at the end of July, their starter. This has just been kind of the story of the Blue Jays, Michael.
Did he check? No, he did not, so he goes down on strikes. So Phelps bounces back from the Adam Lind home run, but that home run did tie the game as we go to the bottom of the 2nd, and Granderson leads off. The American League East team will give the Yankees the biggest challenge down the stretch. Here are your choices. Is it going to be the Blue Jays, the Orioles, the Rays, or the Red Sox? You can text your vote to 42951, and standard text messaging rates apply. You were singing the praises of the Rays when we opened the game.
I mean, the Orioles have been a great baseball story, along with the Pirates and even the Indians early on. But I mean, is that
only a half game?
I know.
More than the Blue Jays, more than the Rays.
So yours, the Orioles pick?
I didn't say that. I don't want to influence the vote.
Why not?
It's not my job. My job is to interpret the vote.
Rays have the pitching, Michael.
But do they have enough hitting?
They have. They've done it with smoke and mirrors for the most part. All the different moves and lineups that Joe Madden has had.
Babies everywhere. We have to send out congratulations.
Yes.
Yankee reliever David Robertson and his wife Erin. Erin actually did the work today, gave birth to Luke Joseph. And David is actually in the ballpark tonight, ready to pitch. He pitched yesterday, and there he is with the baby born this morning. And he is a happy papa. Erin is great, and Luke Joseph is great as well. So congratulations to them. And a buddy of ours, Tim McCarthy, we both know him for years. His wife, Colleen, gave birth to a baby boy, Jack Dennis McCarthy.
And he named him after my son.
Isn't that great? And what's really great for Tim, and Al knows this, here's the 2-2. Tim has 3 baby girls.
Yes.
One after, and he would have had 17 baby girls, and they would have still kept trying for the boy. So now Colleen breathes a sigh of relief, and they have the boy, and everybody's great. So congratulations. Ground ball to second. Johnson is there, and Granderson is out.
Did you say he had 17 girls?
They would have.
Yeah.
But they had 3, and then I think the ages of 5, 4, 3, and now little J.D. McCarthy. Those are the standings in the American League East. The Rays are 4 back. The Orioles are the Yankee, or Al doesn't believe in the Orioles. 4.5 back.
No, I do.
Seems like you don't. Seems like you believe in the Rays more.
I think the Rays, with their starting pitching every single night, throwing up a good starter is pretty tough to compete.
Knocked down with the bare hand, and then Petrovaria could not hold on. So Chavez will reach on a single.
Bare hand, get the bare hand. That's your money. I know it's instinctive. I want to look exactly where Echeverria or Escobar, they're playing Chavez to pull. I used to watch Kevin Brown do that all the time, and you just wince. That would have been just an easy 2-hopper right to Escobar.
Now Farrell is out with the trainer, and they're going to check things out. Yankees had a scary moment yesterday with Rafael Soriano. Now, he did not try to spear the ball with his bare hand. It was hit so hard back to the mound by Jason Kipnis. He put both hands up, and it got part of his hand, his bare hand. It was tightly wrapped when he got on the plane. But Joe Girardi said, I shook his hand today. Everything was fine, so he's available tonight.
Well, that's good. It's instinctive. You see the big shift right up the middle.
Escobar had an easy play. You can see Escobar like spread his hands to say, why? I'm right here. Did you ever try to do it?
No.
I always took your bare hand out of the way.
Not only I took my bare hand out of the way, I had guys that got paid a lot of money in the middle infield that were slick fielders. I got out of the way of balls that I knew that I could have messed up, that I would just let them field.
Even with your glove?
Yeah, just slightly left or right of the pitcher's mound. I knew that, I got infielders, middle infielders, good defenders. Let them field it. How often do you see? Now, that was just not smart to put your pitching hand up. You see a pitcher deflect it, and the middle infielder was right there to catch it.
Well, we saw a veteran earlier this year, Andy Pettit, do it. And his hand was actually vibrating and had to leave the game at the end of that inning. It's just instinct, I guess. Russell Martin drives one to right field. Sierra back. And he puts it away for the second out. So Martin hit the ball hard, but Sierra tracked it down. Been one of those years for Russell Martin.
That is, it's true. I mean, I know his batting average is down, and he hasn't hit nearly as well as he'd like. The 237 coming in today. Hard hit balls are outs.
No, he was hitting 196.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, he would kiss you if it was 237. Ibanez is hitting 237. Shift is on for Ibanez. One infielder on the left side. And there's a strike.
You know what's happening, too.
What's that?
Can't see.
You can't.
I'm starting to finally lose my vision.
I mean, you can't read, you mean?
Right. I mean,
you can see for distance.
Yeah.
You have now joined the crew of men of a certain age.
So sad. I had such good vision.
Swing and a miss. as Ibanez down on strikes. Al readjusts his glasses as the Yankees leave one runner on, and Jack Curry has some news with us, and he will join us in just a second. Now we come into the booth where our very own Jack Curry joins us. And Jack, Al was very anxious to show you what his glasses look like.
I know, he's getting old.
Yeah.
He's
Walgreens. Those over-the-counter jobbers?
Right, about $12. They do the job.
Yeah.
What are they, 1.5, 2.0? Do you know?
1.5.
1.5.
It'll be 2.0 soon enough. We go to the third inning. David Phelps is on the mound. Now, there's a couple of pretty decent pitchers in baseball that come from Notre Dame. Jeff Samardzija of the Chicago Cubs, and he played football at ND as well, was a good wide receiver, and David Phelps. And Jack, because you're an intrepid reporter, you called up his coach at ND.
His former coach is not at Notre Dame anymore, but Dave Schrag. He coached David from his sophomore year on. Had some very interesting things to say about him. It was almost similar to me to what Girardi said about Phelps from 2011 to 2012, because when Schrag took over, Phelps was in his sophomore year. Said as a freshman, really didn't pitch that much. Maybe had 3 or 4 starts. He walked into Schrag's office and said, I'm going to make the rotation this year. I'm going to be on our rotation. Not only was he in the rotation, he ended up being the ace of the staff. Kyle Weiland, who pitches for the Astros, was also on that staff. And Schrag said the determination that this kid showed really stood out to him.
So he's not surprised he is where he is?
Not surprised. He said the evolution of him as a pitcher, when he watches Phelps pitch right now, he says obviously his changeup is better, his curveball is better, but he laughed when he talked about the fastball that Al was talking about before. He said he had that fastball at Notre Dame. He said he would dominate opponents. And he mentioned a couple of games. There was a Georgetown game he talked about, a Mount St. Mary's game that he talked about, games where he said Phelps just went out there and dominated. And he talked a lot about his determination and his personality. And Joe Girardi mentioned that to me about a week ago, how he saw Phelps as being a different player this spring training than he was in 11.
That one is tapped back to Phelps. He fields. One away. You know, it's interesting. Girardi paid him the ultimate compliment yesterday, talking before the game against the Indians in Cleveland. He said that Phelps reminds him of Ramiro Mendoza. He said what he's done for the Yankees, start, short relief, long relief. He said every place we've put him, he's succeeded.
And all of us either covered those teams or were around those teams or remember those teams. Mendoza, I always felt, was as underrated as anyone because of what you just said. He gave Joe Torre so many options. He could get 1 out or he could get 12 outs on any given day.
Here is Adeiny Hechavarria. There's a strike. It's interesting when you watch Phelps because all the guys we have up here, Jack, Al, O'Neill, Coney, they've all, and Kenny, they've all raved, and even John Flaherty, everyone, I guess, has raved about David Phelps. That they like it. Now, you look at him, you know, we didn't play like you did, Al, he doesn't throw 98 miles an hour, but you guys all rave about it.
You know, and I'm listening to you, Jack. He's 25 years old. He won the minor league spring training award. This guy was the pitcher of the year for the Yankees a couple years ago. There's an element to your mindset when you get these opportunities in big league camp. You get sent back to the minor leagues. That's what his coach was talking about, the determination. There's a look that I like about David Phelps. And you're right. When you rate him out, you don't say, wow, 95 to 100. Curveball's nice spin. He's a 4-pitch pitcher. There's a lot that you like about him. Simple delivery, but that look and probably what the coach was telling you and what Joe Girardi's saying, you got a guy that's determined, I have a chance, and I don't want to mess it up.
And if you think about the people that he leapfrogged, Jack, I mean, Dellin Betances was supposed to be here before him. Manny Banuelos was supposed to be. Adam Warren, DJ Mitchell, who's since been traded.
Brackman.
This guy really, he jumped over a lot of people.
I asked Brian Cashman that a few days ago. I said, did you expect this out of David Phelps? And he said, to be honest with you, exactly this? He said no. And he brought up exactly what you said. Banuelos and Betances were the glamour guys. They got more attention. Warren was supposed to be ahead of him on the food chain as well.
Grabbed there by Canó, but Hechavarria will reach on an infield single.
I should have said pitching chain, not food chain. But Al, to your point, the Scranton pitching coach, Scott Aldred, talked to him earlier this season. And he said the same exact thing, that Phelps needed to believe that he could get here and succeed. He doubted it. And until he believed that he could come here and have the confidence and attack pitchers with all 4 of his pitches, attack batters, he wasn't going to succeed. I watch a guy now who I said, he believes he's going to get the next guy out.
Runner on first, 1 man out. We're in the third. Al Leiter, Michael Kay talking with our colleague Jack Curry here in the booth. And back of the order, or top of the order, is Rajai Davis against Phelps. Fouled away. We were talking about how the Rays have whittled it down to 4 games. The Yankees had a 10-game lead at one point. And I relayed this conversation during the weekend. I asked Derek Jeter about panicking. He said, I've never panicked on a baseball field in my life, because if you're prepared, you should never panic. Is this team panicking? I know Derek Jeter says he's not.
No, I don't think they're panicking, Michael. And I think what happens is we have to broadcast games and writers have to write about games. But when guys tell you that it's a day-to-day thing, I actually do believe them. I asked Phil Hughes that before the game for our batting practice show. What were players talking about when the lead shrunk from 10 to 4? And he said, to be honest with you, not that much. He said, we put ourselves in a position to be in first place. They've been in first place now, I think, for 76 straight days. And he said, you worry about the next assignment. You worry about the next start. You worry about the next game. You don't do what we do and factor in the numbers.
4, 6, but not 3, as Rajai Davis has too much speed and beats out the return throw. Well, let's see what the Yankees have to do for the remaining part of the schedule. 29 of their final 35 games are against the East, so that's in their favor. 22 straight games against the American League East starting tonight. 10 games against Toronto, a diminished team because of injuries. And then you've got 7 against Baltimore, 6 against Tampa Bay, and then 6 games against Boston, who traded arguably its best player in Adrian Gonzalez. So that's what it looks like for the Yankees the rest of the way. Rajai Davis has 39 stolen bases. He's at first as Colby Rasmus takes inside.
Michael, I know you and John talked a lot about it over the weekend, but just a quick thought on that Red Sox-Dodgers blockbuster. I was talking to some AL executives in the last 36 to 48 hours, and one of them repeated, he called it a miracle that the Red Sox were able to shed all of that salary. Now, on the flip side, they've got to do something with the savings and the Boston fan market. They're going to want a winner again soon. But for them to be able to move that much salary, for what amounted to right now, one productive player, because Al, your guy Josh has not been productive, and Crawford is injured. They're getting Gonzalez, but the Red Sox moved a lot of money, and I don't think people would have believed they would have been able to do that.
But I think potentially, and you're right, Josh has not performed the way he has in the past.
Rasmus rips one foul.
But there is the whole, you're at a new place. It's definitely dysfunctional right now up in Boston. There's a lot of disgruntled players and people, and right on through just everything that's gone on. It is a mess. And to have some of the players that weren't happy to be gone, and yes, the Red Sox being able to unload $250 or $270 million if they do something with it, it's win-win both sides. And this was the perfect storm. You could not, I don't believe, Adrian Gonzalez, even in that same trade, in the wintertime would have been had the way they were able to dump the salaries.
Right, because the Dodgers, you look at the Angels, they put Los Angeles in their name. They want those Dodger fans to come to their games. The Dodgers are competing with the Lakers. They're competing with the Clippers. They're competing with USC football. Those new owners, I mean, look at the moves they've made. They re-signed Ethier. They go out and they make a trade to get Hanley Ramirez. They add Joe Blanton. They get Victorino.
Claimed Cliff Lee on waivers. Wanted to get Carlos Lee. They're trying.
Here's the trade, and here's the part I don't understand, Jack, and I've been asking a lot of people. Okay, so L.A. took on all the South, which is mind-boggling that happened. But what's more mind-boggling to me, how did they get 2 top prospects? Why would the Dodgers say, okay, we're going to take 270, and you can have these 2 great pitchers that we think highly of? Why did Ned Colletti, the GM, do that?
It's a great question, and I think Al hit on it. I hit on it a little bit. I don't even know that they care so much about the money. I think these new owners are valuing their franchise at a certain number and saying, our payroll probably should have been higher. Here it is higher now. We want these players. They didn't mind giving up a couple of pitching prospects.
$2.1 billion, Michael.
I
They
get
pay
it
it for the team.
But and this is how close this pitch was.
That ball was a little off the plate. Now, you see right there Russell Martin pull his glove back? That tells me it was a little off the plate.
2-2 count. But I think that if you said to the Red Sox, we're taking this salary, we're not giving you any great prospects, they'd still make the deal. There's strike 3. He got that call, so David Phelps gets the final out of the 3rd. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 man left. Jack's going to stay with us for the bottom of the inning. It's a 1-1 game. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by 5-Hour Energy, when you got to get stuff done. By the professionals at your Tri-State GMC dealer, and by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Al, you have one of those sponsors, don't you? Right in your hand right now.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and it's getting you right through this household, a little 5-Hour Energy cup. All right, so Ichiro Suzuki will lead off here in the 3rd inning. Yankees and the Blue Jays are tied at 1. Ichiro was 4 for 20 on the road trip, and the Lincoln scoreboard shows the 1-1 game. Each team with 2 hits. And the pitch is outside.
You know, Michael, we have the opportunity in the job that we do. We're fortunate enough to be able to go into the clubhouse before games. Fans never get to see that. I'm telling you, when you see Ichiro before the game, and he lines this one to right here, you would think that he was a gymnast. With the amount of stretching that this guy does in the clubhouse before the game, and it's not 5 or 10 minutes. It is an exhaustive routine of stretching that he undergoes. We always see him before he gets to the plate, too. He does that stretch, but he has a process that he follows and a routine that he follows, right down to lying on the rug in front of his locker and doing all of his stretching.
You know what? That reminds me of when I first got signed with the Yankees, went down to Instructional League, and the Hiroshima Carp were there. And the work that we would do, the Yankees farm team, or all the prospects, after the long day of workout, this whole team would go out in the parking lot and swing the bat for about an hour, and running in the parking lot.
Colby Rasmus puts away the fly ball by Jeter for the second out. Tell me about A-Rod today, Jack. He took some grounders and really looked like he was intensifying his workout.
It was a strenuous workout, Michael. He had the glove, obviously, on that fractured hand, so he is making progress. He ran the bases. I mean, he was doing his Ichiro version because he was sweating when he was done running the bases. I tried to cut him off as he was heading through the dugout, and I said, what's the latest? And he said, listen, I've got to go hit. So he was heading to the cages underneath. Asked the Yankees right before first pitch if there was any further update because he was supposed to get a medical evaluation. They said Joe Girardi is probably going to handle that after the game. So we don't know, but obviously it's getting closer because he's accelerating his workouts, and I'm sure we'll talk about that during the postgame. We'll have an update for you.
So that would mean we also don't have an update on the examination of Pettit.
Same thing. Girardi said that Dr. Ahmad would be getting to the ballpark closer to game time, but I think both of them have made progress, and it seems optimistic and positive that we will see them back and see them soon.
Pitches upstairs in the count 2-1 as Alvarez turned his back on home plate. Yankees also made a trade today, right?
They did. They picked up Steve Pearce. He's a guy they think can help them against lefty pitching. And Michael, he's been a well-traveled guy this year. Started out with the Twins. Then he was a Yankee minor leaguer. Opted out of his contract because the Yankees didn't call him up. Went to the Orioles. Ended up in the Astros. But the Yankees like him. They like what he can do against left-handed pitching. You see the numbers there. His OPS against left-handed pitching is over 830. So they see him as a guy who can provide a little pop, and he will be added to the roster tomorrow. The corresponding roster move is to be determined.
Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. Jack, great to see you, and we'll see Jack on the postgame. We'll have further information on A-Rod and on Pettit. We go to the fourth inning. Blue Jays 1 and the Yankees 1 on Yes. Who are the 3 active major league players with 2,000 or more hits and an average of 320 or better? Very good question. Now I have to relay a text that I just got from one of our colleagues, and I think it's pretty funny, and you might as well. It's from Paul O'Neill. And he said, "Wow, is that Al? Thought he was stranded on an island somewhere. Had to make sure it wasn't a Yes Classic or something."
He's got a lot of nerve. I mean, I could see Kenny or Vlad or...
Paul has worked way more than you. Really?
Well, let's just wait till the year's over, and then we'll figure that one out.
No, I'm telling you. Paul, you know, you've been a roamer this summer. Paul's been here. He's worked 10-game homestands. It's been beautiful. Sweat stains. He's really working hard.
Do a live shot from Bayhead.
You're having a good time out there in the summer.
I'm very, very lucky.
We're lucky to have you back.
Thank you, pal.
The 1-1. Foul back, 1-2. It's Encarnacion, Lind, and Escobar here in the fourth inning. A 1-1 game. David Phelps making a start in place of the injured Ivan Nova. They're not that concerned with Nova, who's on the DL with a sore shoulder, really, inflammation in the shoulder, but they don't think it's anything serious, and they've just shut him down for about a week. Perfectly placed as Canó. One away. Follow the Yankees with the MLB.com @BAT12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826, or you can visit Yankees.com for details.
Never got a chance to say what Encarnacion has done better this year.
Well, tell us now. You have a chance.
Well, I was hoping there. A little ground ball to Canó. Dwayne Murphy is the hitting coach for the Blue Jays, and even it goes back to Cito Gaston of not allowing the hitters to be too patient or not aggressive. And there's a fine line between pull hitters and guys that can identify a pull hitter. Pull hit isn't just to left field in Encarnacion's case. It's also center, left center. And what he's done direction, Michael, this year is, especially in 2-strike counts or deeper in the count, he's got more hits to center field than he does left field. And most of his career, he was a helicopter swing, and he would pull everything. The number was off the chart of pulling balls to left field. So when you have 50% of his hits to center field in Encarnacion this year, 43% left field and 27 right, he has now identified more of middle of the field. Yes, he's still pulling. Not like Batista. Batista's still major pull. It's enabled him to stay on the baseball longer. He's getting more home runs to left center, and it's made him a better hitter. Certainly much better with the barrel through the zone and hitting for power with the 34 home runs.
And the Blue Jays made a good move. They signed him to an extension before he had this real big year, so they're going to get a little bit of a bargain as that one is lined out to Ibanez for the second out. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Yunel Escobar.
And it's such a fine line. I know, with the Yankees, talking about Teixeira, there was a little period of time earlier in the year, trying to go the other way and, kind of abandon that because, hitters are who they are. If it's a matter of back leg, and what I would call back leg, guys that can be 25, 35 home run guys, they're going to pull, especially in half.
Ground ball to Chavez, and he gets Escobar for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. So Phelps retires the Jays in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and Canó will lead it off. Quit line quiz. The question, who are the 3 active major league players with 2,000 or more hits and an average of 320 or better? You have an idea, Al?
I would say Ichiro, probably Albert and Todd Helton.
Good job. He didn't even have his glasses on for that.
Helton. What a career he's had, huh? I know Colorado people would say it was a little skewed.
He played where the games were.
Yeah. No, he was a tough out. I don't know, the last few years he's been injured a lot.
1-1 game, a home run by Lind and a home run by the man at the plate, Robinson Canó, both of them landing in the Yankee bullpen in right center. Alvarez deals a strike, 1-1. And the count 1-2. Cano's had so much more success this year against righties. 355 against righties and hitting 237 against lefties. A guy who's always hit lefties very well. And the 1-2. 2-2.
Alvarez made a mistake down and in on a fastball. You see, he went way inside. He's thrown mostly off speed up to that last fastball. Let's see if he comes back with that little backdoor slider or changeup.
High fly ball, deep right, going back Sierra on the track at the wall. See ya! The second home run for Canó, and the second Yankee run as they lead 2-1.
I just don't get it, Michael. You got a guy in Canó as hot as he could be and as good a hitter in baseball. Missed with a fastball in. He already hit a home run into the Yankee bullpen. Another fastball up and in. He pulls his hands in nicely. The previous home run in his first at bat was a fastball down and in. You're flirting with danger. You have the short porch in right. He had Canó thinking off speed and then the fastball in. And I know it's about execution. And I know that good hitters like Canó will hit a mistake. I just don't see the reason why he came with that fastball. And in the scouter report, here's a guy, Henderson Alvarez, who's given up a lot of ground balls.
And here's a Coors Light cold hard blast that Al's talking about.
I mean, just beautiful. Look at the swing, just out front, through the zone. Good pitch, not a great pitch. Good pitch in the sense that he did get it on the inside part of the plate.
Now, Mark Teixeira is flexing his left leg as the Yankees come out to take a look. Mark Littlefield and Joe Girardi out there. And Teixeira assures them that he's okay.
See, we got off the back foot here, Michael? Oh.
I don't know. Maybe a cramp? Didn't hit anything. And the count 2-1. Three and 1.
It's a peculiar way, maybe on calf. Just rotate on the backside and maybe had a little cramp.
So Teixeira works a walk. So we'll watch him closely at first, see how he does there. Held on by Encarnacion.
Girardi just making sure, you know, base hit to right center. He's got to scoot to third base. was just a mild cramp.
Foul back over the screen by Granderson. Count 1-1. Yesterday, Granderson hit his 200th career home run. And his 98th with the Yankees, and it was a home run where Granderson put his head down, thought he had hit a fly ball to right field, but it carried at Progressive Field, and it gave the Yankees a bit of a cushion in a game they won 4-2. There's a strike, 1-2. Granderson's had a tough month this August, 17 for 82, that's 204. And it's averaged down to 238. Foul ball. Take a look at Granderson's reaction when he hit the ball. That's not styling.
No, not at all. You know what? It's such a. There are pitchers that would rather give up that home run than a ball that goes into, the upper deck. And those bothered me way more. I thought a guy who didn't get it just got enough to get over the wall.
High fly ball center field. Erasmus back, still back, and he'll make the play. And the second out as Swisher heads back to first.
Almost the same reaction except center field. Nighttime, although it's humid, just out in front. The balance of a hitter, that's the whole key to pitching and hitting. Pitchers trying to offset the timing of a hitter, and hitters are always trying to get their timing right.
Count 1-0 to Chavez. Count 2-0. Chavez singled off the hand of Henderson Alvarez. That was in the second inning. Alex Rodriguez working his way back into the Yankee lineup. People talk about Alex and the superstar making all the money. This guy really lives to play baseball. He loves the game. He goes home and watches games on the West Coast. It's killing him not to play.
Hey, he's a baseball player right from day one as a little boy.
Base hit to left field.
Well, what a nice job Eric Chavez has done holding the fort down at third base. Great utility. I mean, here's a guy in his own right, all-star player with the Oakland A's for many years. Great defense. More than doing his job filling in for Alex Rodriguez right now at third base.
So Chavez 2 for 2, and now here is Russell Martin.
Talking about how nice a job Chavez has done in August, Michael. 381 month of August. 13 home runs on the year.
Pitch outside to Russell. Martin hit a ball hard to right field, run down by Sierra in the second. Got the fastball by him, 1-1. Martin hits 182 against righties this year, 233 against lefties. And as strange as this sounds, he's had a decent August. He's hit 219 in August. That's how poorly he's hit all year, because he's at 195 overall. So 219 has actually been a good month for Russell. He desperately wants to get over that 200 mark. But to his credit, he has not brought it behind the plate. He has not let it affect his defense. And more than any other position player, a catcher can make himself valuable even if he doesn't hit a lick. He's done a lot of work with Kevin Long, the Yankee hitting coach, but it has not manifested itself in base hits, or enough base hits. That one is hit off of Alvarez. There's a base hit into right field. Teixeira rounds third. He is going to score, and he looks like he's hobbling as he crosses home plate. It's an RBI single for Russell Martin, and it's 3-1 Yanks.
Hot smash off Alvarez's, looks like his left foot. Ricocheted out in the outfield. Now you watch Teixeira, Robbie Thompson, the third base coach. You see him hobbling. He's got a calf or something. He didn't think he was going to go. That ball was out in no man's land, just hobbling home. Easily get home plate. Yankees' third run. There's definitely an issue with that calf, the way Teixeira was running. Now it looks like an ankle issue. He got him square, I think.
Well, they're checking him out again right along first base. He's already been hit on the hand by Chavez, now hit off the leg by Martin.
Inside part of his left shin, maybe. Pitcher's so vulnerable. You've got a delivery if you're not square to home plate.
Well, that will do it for Alvarez. They will call on Laffey, Aaron Laffey, and Alvarez black and blue and trailing 3-1. T, and he brings in C. It is Aaron Laffey. I'll tell you what, this is something that Farrell's had to do much too often this year, Al. Have you ever seen a team banged up by injuries like that? I mean, one after the other, and all important players, it seems like.
I'm sure we could probably rummage the stats and the history, but this has been a real tough time for the Blue Jays. I mean, when you think about 3/5 of their rotation lost in injury after Brandon Morrow now. Who knows what's going to happen with Henderson Alvarez, but can't be good. Third baseman, star outfielder, one player after another. A guy you bring in as a closer hurt.
Alvarez is out, and now the Yankees have to worry a bit about Mark Teixeira, who was hobbling around third when he scored. And this is moments ago, as he will go down the stairs and hobbles down there as well. And we'll see if he comes out to play first base in the top of the fifth. And if he doesn't, we will certainly get you the information as soon as we find out. That's a player the Yankees can ill afford to lose for an extended period of time. And we hope it's just a cramp, as Al said, but we'll see. So Laffey, of course, will have as much time as he needs to warm up when you replace an injured pitcher. You take your time. So as he's warming up, it gives us time to show you the Little Leaguers from Japan that won the Little League World Series. They beat the team from Tennessee, and they got to the stadium, and they talked with Joe Girardi. A lot of the Yankees stopped by to say hello. Derek Jeter signed some autographs. Curtis Granderson as well. Look at the smiles on their faces. Robinson Cano, they got a chance to meet. And then one of their countrymen, a big pitcher with Ichiro Suzuki.
Did you watch any of that game?
I watched the one where they came back from 9 runs when Tennessee beat California.
I don't know if it's this kid, but one of them, I mean, big monster, and the way he's throwing it, 75, 76, 77 miles an hour. I think it's this boy right here. He's, who knows? Remember a few years ago with Todd Frazier, the young Tom's River East Little League, standing next to Derek Jeter.
Great year with the Reds.
Could be Rookie of the Year. Who knows?
Canó is the pitcher that Al was talking about. So they're here at the stadium enjoying themselves, celebrating and basking in the glow of being Little League World Champions. Congratulations, kids.
Look at the bill on there. That's a little different than
they all
kids, huh?
they all did that in that game. I noticed that as well. That is really crowning the bill. So Laffey now against Ibanez, first and third, with one man out. There's strike. Yankees lead 3-1. It makes sense that Farrell would go with the lefty because the Yankees have a very lefty-leaning lineup in there. Grounded softly to second. They'll get the force, and that'll allow the run to score. So an RBI for Ibanez. He reaches first on the fielder's choice, and it's 4-1 Yanks.
Good. Getting this breaking ball down the zone, soft enough for Ibanez to make sure that he beats it out. No double play ball there. Good takeout. Aggressive slide from Russell Martin. Yunel Escobar getting out of the way. Put the ball in play. Fielder's choice, productive outs, moving runners.
Ichiro bunts, and bunts foul. Ichiro 268 overall with the Yankees and the Mariners, but hitting 296 since coming over to the Yanks. 32 hits and 108 at bats. Late on that pitch, count 0-2.
Aaron Laffey, if Yankee fans remember, last year pitched a little bit for the Yankees, went 2-1, then went up to Seattle. So Ichiro was Aaron Laffey's teammate. Veteran left-handed pitcher, not going to overpower you with stuff. A lot of off-speed.
Squibbed out toward third. Hechavarria gets rid of it quickly to get the speedy Ichiro for the final out. But the Yankees break a 1-1 tie with 3 runs. 2 of the runs today off the bat of Robinson Cano. A solo shot in the first, and the 4th inning he led off with another. Back-to-back for Cano. Yankees lead 4-1. team. Now, Teixeira has left the game. We don't have any information on the injury, but Eric Chavez has moved from third to first, taking over for Teixeira, and Jason Nix taking over at third for Eric Chavez. And this is where it appeared to happen, Al.
Well, it looked rather benign. He just foul ball. We thought it hit off his shin, but obviously it didn't. And just that little step there, felt some discomfort. Obviously, we're not going to speculate. We're not sure.
And then he kind of hobbled around the bases to score the Yankees' third run. And when he walked down the steps the way he did, you figured he wasn't coming back. So, again, we'll monitor it as Kelly Johnson takes low. The Cadillac scoreboard, David Phelps has a 4-1 lead. Here's the 2-0. 3-0. So Phelps now with a 3-run lead can smell a win. Obviously a lot of time to go, but he gets through this inning. He's eligible to get the W. He knows he has a very good bullpen behind him. But he walks the first batter, which is not what you want to do. He did have a long seat on the bench, but...
I'll take a long seat on the bench, get 3 or 4 runs, throw up some crooked numbers there. You got a little lead. Obviously, you don't want to have a leadoff walk. Kelly Johnson has struggled. Interesting there. He gets 2-0 and throws a 2-0 changeup, gets the 3-0. Be aggressive. You know, often, Michael, you'll see the pitcher of record inning. See here, you got a chance to win a ball game. And sometimes pitchers get a little defensive when you got an opportunity to win a ball game. That 5th inning, complete 5 innings. Ultimately, your team goes on to win. You get the W.
Pitch to Torey Alba is low.
So even there, that's an 88 mile-an-hour fastball. He's been right in that 91, 92 range with his good fastball. So this is a good visit right here, Michael. This catchers especially, because he's pitching a good ball game. David Phelps, what I like about him is that he has to pitch. I think for all those kids out there that are watching, this is a guy that has grit. He knows how to pitch. He uses all of his pitches, meaning behind in the count, whether he uses slider, curve, or changeup. And you have to spot your fastball. And in doing so, you can be successful even at the big league level. But that visit right there, Russell Martin, he just didn't have the same crisp finish on his fastball. Let it go.
There's a strike. Runner on first. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 5th. Yankees up 4-1. Beginning of a 6-game homestand. 3 against the Blue Jays, 3 against the Orioles. That one is driven out to right field. Then deep. Going back, Suzuki looking up. See ya. 2-run home run for Torey Alba. And now the Yankee lead is 4-3.
Torey Alba, Blue Jays picked him up a couple weeks ago, not too long ago, from Texas Rangers. Veteran guy, but Michael, when hitters sense when a pitcher's being defensive. See that ball cut a little bit? That was a cut fastball up in the zone. Right field here, the easier way out if you're going to hit a home run. Big strong hitters stay with it. Just sense a little bit of defensiveness on David Phelps' part. Torey Alba, 3rd home run. Right field.
Right back up the middle. Canó is there. And he gets Sierra. And you see that Phelps very smartly pulled his bare hand back. His initial thought was to reach for it, but then he pulled back his hand. Whoop. And there is Canó.
Canó so smooth over there at second base. That underhand flip as good as anybody ever in the game. And even that last fastball, Michael, 91. There's a certain mindset when you get a lead, you don't want to don't mess it up. Don't make a mistake. Let it fly.
Hechavarria Takes the swing.
Now here you see that the 88, he had 88, 89, then he threw that little cutter to Torrealba. Now here he's elevated his velocity a little bit. You might not think it's that much, but a couple miles an hour, you know, if you're in that 88 as Phelps is up to that 92 range, it has different life. It looks different out of the pitcher's hand. Now you get a half-parted swing that Echeverria just did there, but on the curveball.
And Echeverria swings and misses for the second out.
That was his textbook. Got ahead with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Saw he was not comfortable on the curveball. Echeverria swinging at another curveball. Good location. That's smart pitching right there.
Here's Rajai Davis. Count 1-1. So Torrealba with the 2-run home run has made this a 4-3 game. Torrealba's had success follow him throughout his career. He's been on 3 separate World Series teams. The Giants, the Rockies, and the Rangers last year. Ground ball to Jeter. He charges, and he'll get Davis on a nice bounce back after serving up the 2-run home run. 2 runs a hit, nobody left. We're halfway through at the stadium. Yankees lead 4-3, and Jeter will lead off. The question, which American League East team will give the Yankees the biggest challenge down the stretch? You've been texting us at 42951, and here's how you voted. 46% say it's the Rays, 36% say the Orioles.
Close.
And then the Red Sox and the Blue Jays in that order. Probably right.
Yeah. Jim Johnson, the closer for the O's.
O's are leading the White Sox 1-0 in the 5th inning in Baltimore. And Tampa Bay 2-0 over Texas in the top of the 2nd in Texas. Right here at the stadium, the Cadillac scoreboard shows the Yankees up 4-3. Jeter, Swisher, and Canó against Laffey on a relief of Henderson Alvarez. 1-1.
Just marvel about Derek Jeter and what he's done and this recent outburst of hits. Baseball and hits. How about this? This year, 378 against lefties. He's always crushed left-handers. Career 338. Almost 400 against lefties, and he stays inside the ball well. Anybody watching out there, they know that base hit, hard line drive to right field. But his approach is primarily his best swing is right center field. Very few lefties are able to do that. Either pound the fastball in or bore a breaking ball that goes to his back leg.
The 2-2. 3-2. Foul back.
Fighting off a slider, middle of the plate, and Laffey not giving him a little normal action of a left-handed fastballs, generally tail away from the right-hander. Going a 3-2 breaking ball. Let's see if he doubles up and comes back with another off-speed pitch here.
And Jeter walks. They got to come out to the stadium Labor Day weekend for a special giveaway when the Yankees take on the Orioles. On Sunday, September 2nd, the first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Yankees barbecue apron, courtesy of Stop and Shop. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Do you do the grilling at home, Al?
Yes. Do you?
We don't have grilling on the terrace, you know.
Yeah, but you have the big terrace.
We're not allowed to have grills on the terrace. You actually do the grilling,
yes,
instead of Lori.
No, stop. Yeah, that's it.
I know you're good at it.
I like grilling. Yeah, we flip a hamburger, roll a hot dog.
Got a steak?
Flip a steak.
I mean, do you spend big money for a steak? Or?
Yeah.
A little fish?
Fish is hard because it sticks. You got to put it in one forward.
Grilled vegetables?
Yeah, you can do that.
Wow. I'd love to get an invite. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth. Yankees lead 4-3. And Swisher takes a strike. Count 2-1.
Got to redial it, these Yankee hitters. Henderson Alvarez was primarily fastball, mid-90s. Aaron Laffey, feely, touchy, left-handed pitcher. What I mean by that is going to change a lot of speeds, not going to wow you with velocity, has to throw backwards. Seen a lot of off-speed pitches so far.
That one is driven to left field. Backing up is Davis. He's on the track, at the wall, leaps. See ya! A two-run home run for Nick Swisher. And the Yankees now lead 6-3. Third base umpire Mark Carlson went down the line. The ball, I thought, hit the top of the wall, then bounced back onto the field, but a fan must have touched it. So Swisher picks up his 20th home run of the year. He's been red hot, and the Yankees lead by 3.
Got a lot of off-speed, Michael. Another slider, inner third. When you got a pitcher on the mound like Laffey, that the Yankee hitters don't really have to honor the fastball, was able to get the barrel of the ball, just hit the, like about the second row, hit the seat and came back in. Rajay Davis making a nice effort.
Yeah, that replay shows it clearly did not hit the top of the wall, hit the seat, so a good job by Carlson. Yankees' third home run of the night as Canó takes a strike.
Swisher's 5th home run this year against left-handed pitchers. Home runs. Nick Swisher.
Line drive on one hop to Escobar. He'll get Canó. You know, you have to wait for Rajai Davis because he made a catch against the Yankees, Al. And here it is. This is one of the best catches I've ever seen. It was against Casey McGee.
I was watching David Cohn. I loved it. Spider-Man up on the wall. When I saw that, I thought of Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep.
Here at the stadium.
And this is what he tried to do here. You know what? He didn't plant his foot like he did in Toronto. Didn't get his the best timing on that.
Yeah, he'd had to grow his arm about 4 feet. That ball was enough over the fence.
Nick always knows
where
the camera is.
Michael, is that to you?
Yeah, the loser? Texas has tied up Tampa Bay 2-2 in the bottom of the second inning in Arlington. There's a strike. And Jason Nix batting instead of Teixeira. Teixeira left the game after the bottom of the fourth inning. Kind of looked like he was hobbled by something left calf area. We have not received any word yet. Here's the catch that you compared the Rajai Davis catch with. This was against Jesse
Barfield. Ooh, I don't know. Both very well, although the fence here at Yankee Stadium wasn't nearly as high as it is up there at Rogers Center.
That's a 10-foot fence in Rogers Center. Jesse Barfield, part of Yankee history, he was traded for a young left-hander.
Who was that?
Al Leiter.
Oh. It's a rough day. Leiter household that day.
And the 3-2. Tomlin.
You were just, what, a beat writer for the Post?
Just.
No, I
thought it was a nice job at the time.
Let me back up. That's excellent. But you were Michael Kent.
No, that was my byline.
You know what I mean.
Why?
And you, okay, how about this? The start of your media career. Fair enough?
I guess if you want to put it that way. I'll walk to Jason Nix.
That was a compliment.
What I'm doing now,
I'm saying you were a great writer.
Every writer out there to turn against you right now.
Oh, great.
All the critics, let them rip you.
Who cares? You're the one.
I love being a writer.
Look at that stuff. Stink anyway. you were a great writer.
What'd you say? You stink anyway? Is that what
I stink anyway.
Yeah.
No, as a matter of fact, I remember a few wonderful stories. Thank you.
You're welcome. Runner at first, one out. Here's Granderson. Yankees lead 6-3. Granderson lost a high fly ball to center field. Rasmus is there to put it away for the second out. So Curtis is 0 for 3, coming off a 4 for 22 road trip. And here is Eric Chavez, a 2 for 2 night for Eric. Nice season he's having coming off the bench for the Yankees. 293, 13 homers, 32 ribbies. That's awesome production coming off the bench. Guy who accepts his role, is a great guy in the clubhouse, had incredible success as a starter, won 6 Gold Gloves with the Oakland A's, but knows that physically he wouldn't be able to hold up in that kind of role anymore. But boy, Joe Girardi has used him perfectly, kept him fresh, and really has stepped in and done a great job with Alex Rodriguez now.
And loves it here, Michael. You're right. And you think about what the Yankees are able to do. Eric Chavez, you mentioned the career that he had as an everyday player with Oakland. You throw in Andrew Jones, bona fide starter for many years, and they come here, know their role, and the sense of you're going to be in a situation like Chavez. If someone goes down, you're going to start. What a job he's done.
When you want to consider how good a player Chavez used to be, think this. Of all the great players that came through the Oakland A's, that Billy Beane did not give any money to, Eric Chavez was the one guy he signed to a long-term deal. Not Giambi, not Hudson, not Mulder, not Zito, not Tejada. That guy. It ended up backfiring because he started getting hurt after the deal, but that was the one guy they committed to. Let's see if they green light him. Taking all the way 3-1. Nix is on first with 2 men out. And Chavez works a walk, so he's on base for the 3rd time tonight.
Chavez not doing any favors for Aaron Laffey. That ball was cutting away from him. Could be aggressive. You got a guy that's a little bit out of his swing, go after a ball. Stayed within the strike zone, but recognized it was a ball. Good at bat.
Bruce Walton, the pitching coach, comes out and talks with Laffey. Laser look right into his eyes without blinking, and he's doing most of the talking. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
Wow, Bruce Walton.
What could that have been?
That's one of those. Be aggressive. You're kind of pitching around the zone. Don't be scared. Get after it. That's an absolute laser vision. Come on, you have good stuff. 2 outs. Make a pitch here. You can watch that and sense as everybody's, you watch on the bench, and the pitching coach certainly knows his staff. Bruce Walton does a good job for the Blue Jays. You don't mind giving up hits if you're doing it your way, being aggressive and getting after it. You don't ever want to give up hits, but there's times when major league pitchers, they start getting defensive based on whatever is happening in the inning or the score, and you're not at your best because you're thinking about the what if. Lose your aggressiveness.
Count 2-0.
See if Russell Martin right here. Michael gets a cookie. 2 outs. Laffey has to pitch the corners. Should get something good to hit here.
There's a strike. Martin is the one that hit the ball off of Henderson Alvarez's left shin. Knocked him out of the game in the 4th inning. And we just get word that x-rays are negative, and all it is a left shin contusion, which means it's badly bruised. No break. The 2-1. Driven out to right field. Sierra back, and he puts it away. 2nd time that Martin has hit the ball hard to right field. But the Yankees pad their lead, and they do it with Nick Swisher batting from the right side. Swisher goes yard for the 20th time this season. A 2-run shot, 6-3 Yanks. By Verizon Fios, introducing Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. Ricky Romero, the lefty, is going to go for the Blue Jays, 8-11, 5.63. And Phil Hughes for the Yankees, 12-11 with a 4.15, coming off a pretty good start in Chicago. Our coverage will begin at 6 with the batting practice show. 6:30 is our pregame show, and right around 7:07, first pitch. Well, we have an update on Mark Teixeira. He left the game with a left calf strain. That's ST as in Tommy, left calf strain. And he is going to New York Presbyterian Hospital for an MRI for further evaluation. Phelps deals to Rasmus, who swings and misses, as we start the 6th inning. Line drive right field. It's a base hit as Ichiro gets it in. A leadoff single for Rasmus. So Nick Swisher with the 2-run home run, and he said, "That's for you, LJ." And I think that's Luke Joseph, the newly born son of David and Erin Robertson.
Wow, that's good. Put that in his archives. You could see that. So it wasn't Larry Johnson.
I don't think so. I think it was Luke Joseph.
He's got to hit one now from Jack Dennis.
That's right. You know how I found out about Luke Joseph today? Is Nick's wife, Joanna Garcia, tweeted it out. That's the first time I heard that Erin had given birth.
Now I can see that, the tweeting. It's good.
People clamoring for you. Oh my goodness, as Brian Butterfield goes down. Quick reflexes by Butter. Well, that's got to be scary, Al.
No doubt. Every time I think of a third base coach here at Yankee Stadium, I think about where Larry Bowie used to stand when Gary Sheffield was up. Some of these right-handed batters, you can hook the ball. Watch this, Brian Butterfield, long-time Major League coach. Get out of the way. Glad that Major League Baseball has made the coaches on the bases wear helmets after the tragic incident with Scott Coolbaugh
in the minor leagues. Encarnacion swings and misses for the first out. And the reason that Butterfield is as close as he was with Encarnacion because there's a runner at first. So he wants to get as good an angle if that guy is running from second to third, and he's putting all third base coaches put themselves in peril.
Like I said, Scott Coolbaugh. It's Mike Coolbaugh, his brother. Coach with the Texas Rangers.
Adam Lynn takes outside. Lynn with a home run in the 2nd inning. 2 mistakes for Phelps tonight, but he's lived to tell as he leads 6-3. The home run he served up to Lynn, a solo shot, and then the 2-run shot to Torrealba in the 5th.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. He left a changeup 1-1 to Adam Lynn. Adam Lynn, the 2nd inning, leading off the inning. Here you see the Yankee bullpen, Cody Epley and Boone Logan getting ready.
White Sox now lead the Orioles 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning, and Tampa Bay and Texas, it's 3-3, top of the 5th. Fly ball, left center, good jump by Granderson. He runs it down to retire Lynn as Rasmus heads back to first. Nice crowd on a Monday night here at the stadium. Begin this 3-game set and this 6-game homestand. Here is Yunel Escobar. And a strike. Count 1-1.
Watch the Blue Jays and how this season will play out for them. September call-ups around baseball where rosters can expand to 40 men. But Escobar, that'll be an interesting scenario how it plays out for the Blue Jays, Michael, because they really like Danny Echeverria. He's really a shortstop playing third base as Brett Lawrie's out. As to what they do. This year, Escobar only 245. Last year had a nice year, 290. A couple years ago with Atlanta, 299, almost 300.
Well, Escobar has not shown an inclination to want to move from short. Although Echeverria is probably a better defender, so in all likelihood, Kelly Johnson's going to be a free agent. They will move Echeverria to second and keep Escobar at short. But that's really a supposition right now. Nobody has said that that's what they'll definitely do, but it doesn't seem as if Escobar really feels like he should move. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout of Escobar, and that'll do it in the sixth. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Yankees 6, Blue Jays 3. And now a business update from our friends at the Fox Business Network. Hey, it's time for the game summary brought to you by your local Nissan dealer as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Yankees lead 6-3 on 6 hits. Canó, two solo home runs. Teixeira left the game with a strained calf. He's undergoing an MRI at New York Presbyterian. And Nick Swisher turned a 4-3 Yankee lead into a 6-3 lead with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the fifth. So now we go to the bottom of the sixth. And Andrew Jones pinch hits for Raul Ibanez, and he takes a strike from Laffey. Driven out to right center field. Sierra has to dive and makes the play. Sierra looked at Rasmus. Rasmus looked at Sierra. Sierra said, I better dive, and made the play for the first out.
Communicate, boys. Center fielder would normally get that ball. Get camped. He just, obviously we can't hear what Sierra or Rasmus had said. Made it interesting. Rasmus just gave up, thinking that it was Sierra's ball all the way. Obviously easy fly ball right center field. Pick your fielder.
See, Paul O'Neill and Bernie Williams never had that problem, because Paul said to Bernie, you get everything.
Well, that's why most of the time, you know, your center fielder premium position because of range and their speed. Normally right center, left center. You just gave it to your center fielder.
Ichiro right back to Laffey. 2 away. Former Yankee Pat Kelly here from Australia. That's where he lives. And visiting New York. He was on that Yankee 1995 wild card team where he hit that big home run against the Toronto Blue Jays on that last weekend of the year to get Don Mattingly his only playoff appearance. A big home run for Pat Kelly.
He was part of the whole youth movement, right? The early 90s and the lean years.
And he was moved back and forth, remember, from second to third because of Steve Sachs, and Sachs couldn't play third, so then they had Kelly play third, and Kelly was a very good second baseman. We always see him here for Old Timers Day, but made the trip now. Jeter fouls it away. Oh, nice play by Rob Thompson on the short hop.
It's all right. Butter said, hey, that's just a little slow grounder. Watch out for the hard line drive.
Well, he's just showing off to Butterfield because they're very close friends, and Butterfield had a low bridge, and he calmly picked a one hopper, a short hopper. Count 2-1.
Brian Butterfield, longtime coach, big leagues, but his father, Jack Butterfield, was a farm director, player development for years with the Yankees.
And Brian started his career in the Yankee system. And one of his favorite pupils is the guy at the plate, Derek Jeter. They have a very close relationship, and he's the one who worked on infielding with Jeter. Remember, Jeter struggled when he first came up, and Brian has nothing but great things to say about Derek and vice versa. So that youth movement, Brian was down in the minor leagues helping a lot of those guys get up here. And then he was on Buck Showalter's staff on the big league level. The 2-2. Outside 3-2. Derek 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored tonight. And that one hits Laffey. And he gets Jeter. 3 times the Blue Jay pitcher has been hit. Henderson Alvarez twice, and now Laffey. But Laffey retires the Yankees in order 1-2-3 as we will go to the 7th. Yankees up by 3.
tell you what, I love what we're seeing here tonight with David Phelps. That comeback fastball. He has both of his breaking balls working with the curveball and changeup. The combination of a good fastball with late movement and the power curveball has really been fun to watch for me. 7 Ks, career high 8 Ks for Phelps. July 4th in Tampa. 7 strikeouts in the last 2 starts. The last game against Boston. Just one little couple blips. It hung a changeup to Adam Lind in the 2nd inning, and then I thought he got a little defensive to Torrealba with the 2-run homer in the 5th.
Here's Kelly Johnson against Phelps. And there's a strike. Cadillac scoreboard 6-3 Yankees lead. Would be Johnson, Torrealba, and Sierra in the 7th. Except for yesterday, of late, the Yankees have gotten some length out of their starters. Ichiro Suzuki moves over to left field. And Andrew Jones, who pinch hit for Ibanez, is in right. Got a good outing from CC Sabathia on Friday as he pitched 1 out into the 8th inning. Got a complete game effort from Hiroki Kuroda, 8 innings, a game the Yankees lost. And then yesterday, Freddie Garcia could not get the final out of the 5th. Steve Delabar warming for the Toronto Blue Jays. The 2-2. Still 2-2. Phelps looking to even his record at 4-4. Grounded to first. Chavez is there. And he beats Johnson to the bag 1 away. Except for the 3rd, he's been under 20, and he had that 8-pitch first inning. So really doing well economically, pitch count wise.
85 pitches, 7th inning. Absolutely, Michael. You know, there's turns for every pitcher where you get through certain innings, and I think that 5th inning he learned a little. The Yankees got a 3 spot at the bottom of the 4th and got a little defensive. Torrealba popped a home run to right field. I like what I see with David Phelps. Aggressive, calm, good disposition.
And there's a strike.
You know, the only danger of a especially right-handed pitcher, but he does have late movement, is that when your command is off as a pitcher, you'd love to have every start in the big leagues where you just hit the glove at 90, 89 to 91. That's hitting speed. So the more that David Phelps learns when he's not on with his command, with his fastball, to use his secondary pitches. He's got a very good curveball.
Ground ball right side and through for a base hit for Torrealba. 1 on, 1 out. Tomorrow night, This Week in Football kicks off a new season on Yes. Our Gridiron Gang breaks down the Jets and Giants off-season moves and previews their 2012 schedules. Plus, get one-on-one interviews with Eli Manning, Mark Sanchez, and Rex Ryan. A new season of This Week in Football presented by Geico premieres tomorrow at 11, only on Yes. David Phelps getting a nice hand as Joe Girardi will go to the bullpen. Phelps went 6 1/3 innings, and he can get the win. He did a pretty good job. Gave up those 2 home runs, a solo shot, and a 2-run shot. Yankees lead 6-3. We'll be back. In part by Toyota, the official hybrid of the New York Yankees. Cody Epley will come on as the Yankees try to get their bullpen to give them 8 outs. As they lead 6-3, David Phelps, 6 1/3 innings, leaves a runner on first base with 1 out. Those are the numbers on Epley: 38 hits and 34 1/3 innings. Opponents hitting .290 against him.
Ground ball pitcher, sinker ball. Done a nice job. You get the unorthodox delivery of Cody Epley. You get at a good angle where you get some late life. He's wanting a 2-ball right here.
Sierra takes inside 1-0. Stevie Donahue updating Joe Girardi on something. Could be telling about Teixeira. We already told you strained left calf, but he is undergoing an MRI.
Hopefully that's all it is.
And the Yankees did trade for a first baseman today. If Mark has to miss a couple of days, shut it down for a little bit. Steve Pearce, a right-handed hitter. He also can play the outfield. But the Yankees need Mark Teixeira to be healthy. The defense he gives them and power and ribbies. Ground ball right back to Epley. Knocks it down. He's going to have one play. He'll make it at first. He does, as Torey Alba advances to second.
Well, there's no question about what Mark Teixeira means to this team, offensively and defensively. Epley knocking that ball down. I believe that he saved a hit there. Sometimes a pitcher will deflect the ball and not enable his middle infielders to get that ball. That ball was hit pretty hard. Staying under control. Almost handcuffed Chavez. Sierra busted down the line, got him. Well, also too with Alex Rodriguez, he's been hitting off the tee the last 4 days, and tomorrow he'll hit some live BP for the first time. It'd be great to get him back, certainly sooner than later.
Count 0-1. Runner on second. Epley sets and deals. Line to left field. Giving chase is Ichiro. He will not be able to make the play. He plays it on a hop. Scoring easily is Torey Alba. An RBI single for Hechavarria. And the Yankee lead is now 6-4.
Hechavarria 2 for 3. Let's see this pitch. Supposed to be away. See where Russell Martin catches that ball down and in. Quick bat from Hechavarria. Ichiro cutting that ball off, getting it into second base quickly. The Yankee lead cut down to 2.
Larry Rothschild talks things over with Epley. Game far from over. It's 6-4, and that brings up Rajai Davis as a tying run. David Phelps now just a spectator. Davis tonight is 0 for 3. And a strike. And another strike, 0-2.
That's a good pitch right there. Cody Epley coming from the sidearm spot, a little across his body. That down and away window to the right hand, really tough for righties to stay in there. Watch where the Russell Martin catch that ball. It's perfect location. Spanned away. Should ball just cut slightly. Beautiful pitch. Got a couple pitches here now.
Swing and a miss. Rajay Davis down on strikes. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Phelps' night is over. Yankees are leading 6-4. Time for the 7th-inning stretch here at the stadium. But we will stay right here to honor America in the Bronx.
Please rise and offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now, join in Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with
And that's why that lineup's so tough. There are so many of those types of players that can go off and carry the team for a while. So Texas leads Tampa Bay there. And, you know, with Tampa Bay playing Texas and the Orioles playing a very good Chicago team, this is an important series for the Yankees. Get some wins, maybe knock some more games off the schedule, and gain games as well in the standings. As Steve Delabar, who started the season with Seattle, takes over for the Blue Jays on the mound to start the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, of those 46 games, you see Seattle and Toronto. It's had 13 games for the Jays. Good stuff. Tough on right-handed hitters. Oh, there's no doubt, Michael. I mean, that's the whole unbalanced schedule that really is fun to watch as each respective divisions now play within their division as you finish out the season. Majority of the games now, teams will be playing head-to-head.
And these are 3 games where that's not happening. Cadillac scoreboard, Yankees up 6-4. Yankees are starting a stretch of 22 straight games against East. In fact, for the rest of the way, the only out of American League East Division games that the Yankees will play against the A's here in New York and against the Minnesota Twins in Minneapolis. That's it. Nick Swisher with his 20th home run in the 5th inning, his 8th straight season with 20 more homers. And the new daddy, David Robertson, warming up. Delabar deals outside 2-0. Foul back. Nick is 1 home run away from tying Mark Teixeira for the most right-handed, left-handed home runs in the same game. So he's already hit one from the right side. Looking for one from the left side. Foul back. I think that Mark has done it 13 times, and Nick is one behind. That's the record for switch hitters. Now you might be saying, well, why doesn't Mickey Mantle have that record? I don't think there were that many relief pitchers back then. I mean, usually a guy started a game and he stayed in. And there wasn't that mixing and matching where you had as many opportunities to hit one from each side of the plate in one game. The only way I can think about it, because Mantle was such a prolific home run hitter.
That's fair, right? Starters used to start and finish the game. Pretty much.
So the count full on Swisher. Swing and a miss down with the off-speed pitch. 1 down.
Bottom just dropping out of Steve Delabar. Swisher, this ball looks like it's going to be about thigh high. You see the ball just dip. That's a little split finger. Velocity 7-8 miles an hour slower than the fastball. You see the depth on that sink. Tough pitch.
Canó fouls it away. Grounded to first. Foul ball.
Blue Jays, what has held up is a good bullpen. Granted, Lions came over 14 games at 2 ERA. They really like what Delabar has brought. A lot of movement. Darren Oliver in his 40s. Having a fine season, 1.83 ERA.
Count 1-2.
But that 95 mile an hour fastball. Aaron Luke, left-hander, warming up the Toronto bullpen. Looks like that ball might have just completely whiffed it. Let's see if this hits home plate umpire Angel Hernandez on the inside part of his foot. Luckily now these umpires, they have these real thick metal tip shoes. See, that pad's going to help.
The 2-2. 3-2. don't think you'd be too quick wearing those.
Yeah, actually, they look like little sneakers with that extra metal plate.
And Canó works a walk.
Wednesday night, comedian Tracy Morgan sits down with Michael Kay for a very real GMC Presents Center Stage. See a side of the Bronx native you've never seen before as the 30 Rock star opens up about his childhood, and now SNL changed his life. It's a new center stage Wednesday at 10, and again Friday after the post game, only on Yes. Tracy Morgan, he's cool.
Very good.
Good.
Very, very good. I would recommend it.
I will keep it.
No, you'll be home Wednesday night. Games in the afternoon now.
Wednesday.
Remember, get here at 1.
We have afternoon Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday night. Yeah. Jason Nix took over for Mark Teixeira. Teixeira hurt his left calf in the 5th inning. And they're giving us further information that it's called a calf contusion. Earlier it was a strain. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the difference. So I would say that contusion is better than a strain. Contusion's a bruise. But again, we'll find out on the postgame. Jack Curry is here. We'll find out all that information downstairs. Jason Nix with a high fly ball right. Sierra makes the play for the second out. And with Curtis Granderson due up, John Farrell is going to go to the bullpen and bring in another left-hander. Trying to keep it close. Allow his offense to try to get back in it. Yankees lead 6-4. They have a runner on first and 2 outs. Come on back. Coverage starts at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then Al and I are back here at the stadium for all the action, only on Yes. Aaron Loup.
1 walk, 20 innings. This is your lefty specialist. Come in to get a left-handed batter out. 181 batting average against. Throws across his body, very unorthodox. Another good pitcher out of this Blue Jay bullpen. Anchored down by the closer, Casey Jansen.
Closer was supposed to be Sergio Santos, who they got from the White Sox, but he got hurt. He's out for the year. And they've made the most of what they have out there. Jansen's actually done a good job. Here is Granderson. He's 0 for 3. 2 fly balls to center and a ground ball to second. Canó leads off first. You can see why Loup is tough on lefties. Kind of slingshots the ball for a strike. high fly ball, left center. Rasmus makes the play, so Luke comes on to get Granderson, who's flown out to Rasmus 3 times. We're going to go to the 8th. 6-4 Yanks.
Thing is to win our division, because you don't want to be in that one game playoff scenario. I mean, that's like playing to get in a sense. So by the new rules, the winning of your division takes on a lot bigger importance.
Well, they added the second wild card to add a level of importance to winning the division. I think they've done that, and these games actually are important as the Yankees try to extend their lead. The White Sox and the Orioles tied at 2, top of the 7th, and Tampa Bay and Texas 5-5, top of the 5th. It's important to win the East. It's important to win the Central and the West. David Robertson comes on. He's had a busy day. He's at the hospital this morning with his wife, Erin, and she gave birth to the couple's first child, a boy, Luke Joseph. And there is David with little Luke Joseph.
You said last night, right?
No, I think it was early this morning. I think the clock says 3:17 there.
Congratulations.
Any of your kids born during the season?
Yeah. July.
I'll get back to you.
Jack's April, March, and July. 3 of the 4. 1 in December.
And did you pitch the day they were born?
They were all, I guess, induced labor, and we just timed it. Or they timed it. Non-pitching day.
Lined into right center field. Granderson is there. And Colby Rasmus is retired. Hyundai scoreboard 6-4 Yankees lead. You are going to really have to answer those adorable children of yours.
No, I mean, because March, it really was, it's spring training, but I was in spring training.
Right.
Okay, so you got April, right there, no. July.
Right.
Okay, so there, 3 of the 4.
Here's Encarnacion. Robertson got 4 outs in yesterday's game. There's a strike before turning it over to Rafael Soriano to also get 4 outs. Yankee bullpen did a great job yesterday. Boone Logan, Robertson, and Soriano.
Robertson, what a pickup, what a find, what a job he's done. I love it. Explosive fastball, great curveball. How about his potential 3 or 4 batters here, Michael? 0 for 35, Rasmus 0 for 3, and career. Encarnacion 0 for 7, and Lind On deck is 0 for 6.
A lot of people in baseball
Yes.
are 0 for against him. High fly ball, shallow center. Granderson for the second out. He's got to be running on adrenaline. I mean, you're up at 3:15 in the morning and you welcome your first child into the world, and here he is on the mound at Yankee Stadium. And the way baseball's set up now, you can take a couple of days with the birth of a child, go on what they call paternity leave, and the team is allowed to bring somebody up to replace you on the roster, but he elected to come right to work.
The importance of having David Robertson available and the job he's done out of the Yankee bullpen certainly helped that his wife gave birth here in New York City.
Yep.
Didn't have to get on a plane anymore.
Squibbed out toward left field, a base hit by Adam Lind.
Adam Lind 1 for 7 now. And I said the 0 for 35. Yunel Escobar was 0 for 9 coming into this at bat right here.
2 hits for Lind, a home run, and that single. Escobar's 0 for 3 tonight. Fly to center, grounded to third, and struck out. Count 1-0. Line drive, a base hit to left field. So 2 consecutive 2-out singles. And that's going to bring up Kelly Johnson.
Just leaving the ball over the middle of the plate. Hate to give those numbers. 0 for 35, now 2 for 37. Base hits. Adam Lind, nice little piece of hitting going to left center. Left field past Derek Jeter. That was well struck by Escobar.
Pitch inside, 1-0. Count 1-1. Johnson tonight struck out in the second, walked and scored in the fifth, and then grounded to first in the seventh. That was the last out that David Phelps recorded. Then Phelps gave up a single to Torrey Alba, and Cody Epley came in to get the final 2 outs of the seventh. Johnson chases a fastball up in the zone, 1-2.
Just a little extra life. You see missed location, but that's that smooth delivery that David Robertson has, and the ball just jumps out of his hand. He's got a couple places here he could elevate again with the good fastball, or that powered breaking ball down the zone. Don't miss down and in. You can throw it down. Trust that Russell Martin will block it.
Just missed inside.
And you see the cut. Now that's on purpose. David Robertson's able to cut the fastball. He has this true straight one that goes through the zone, and that pitch there, you see off about 3 or 4 inches. Russell Martin wanted that ball up and in. Tough pitch to barrel up for a left-hander.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 94 miles an hour. And Robertson works a scoreless 8th inning. The day his son Luke Joseph was born. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees 6, Blue Jays 4. You know, you could vote along with us for tonight's Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 42951 or vote online at yesnetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are 2 home runs, Robinson Canó, 6 1/3, David Phelps, Nick Swisher, a 2-run home run. Vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply. Who are you voting for, Al?
I'm going to go with David Phelps.
So 2 home runs mean nothing to you?
No, it does. Well, Cano's early home runs obviously get the Yankees on the board.
Pitcher bias.
I got to do the pitcher bias. I'm sorry.
Hyundai scoreboard 6-4 Yankees lead. Aaron Loop still on the mound to face Eric Chavez. There's a strike. Blue Jays have actually out-hit the Yankees 8-6, but the 3 Yankee home runs have made it possible to lead 6-4. Rafael Soriano getting ready. Count 2-1. Chavez perfect night, 2 for 2 with a walk. Good breaking ball. Going to buckle the knees of Chavez and count 2-2.
He's proud. Loop's throwing about 1.5 feet to maybe even 2 feet across his body, which closes the front side. Real tough to hit against if you're left-handed.
Another pitcher gets hit for Toronto. And another base hit. Twice Chavez has done it. 4 times it's happened. Once off the hand, once off the calf, another one off the foot. I'm not sure where that one got looped, but a base hit for Chavez. Dangerous out there, Al.
Well, hopefully he's all right. Let's see a little breaking ball. I think he was more thrown off by the ball coming at you as opposed to the speed of that. That looked like it didn't have great velocity. He just backed up. You know, look, you're 56 feet away after you throw the baseball. Ball coming back. It's a little bit of a slow little, you see a little sink to it. Take him out.
Well, he's out. They go to the bullpen to bring in a right-hander with Russell Martin due up. Joe Girardi Show as the skipper breaks down the state of the Bombers, including CC Sabathia's return from the DL. It's the Joe Girardi Show tonight after the postgame. You can catch a new edition Sunday at 5, only on Yes. Nick, Paul, and Anthony, they might sign you up in a hurry as Brad Lincoln comes on. Split time with Pittsburgh and Toronto. He's made 5 starts. Those are his numbers. Good numbers. 70 strikeouts in 72 and 2/3 innings.
His reliever numbers, Michael, 32 games at ERA of 1.84. Traded at the trade deadline for Travis Snyder. Longtime prospect from the Blue Jays. Left-handed power hitter.
Chavez with a small lead off first. Martin at the plate. Bunted in front of the plate. Lincoln almost threw the ball away, but Encarnacion hauls it in for the first out. Sacrifice successful. 1-3 as Chavez moves to second. We told you how dangerous it's been on the mound. This is what it's looked like tonight.
I'll tell you what, the Yankee hitters up the middle. See the starter Henderson Alvarez putting his hand up, and then he gets hit in the ankle, ultimately gets taken out of the game. And then Derek Jeter hard smash up the middle off Aaron Laffey. And now we just saw the ball off of Aaron Luke. A little target out there on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jay pitchers. Don Farrell, the manager of the Blue Jays, know a little something about that. Pitcher in his own right when he played.
There's Andrew Jones. Pitch outside. Jones pinch hit for Ibanez in the 6th inning. Fly ball to right field. Count 2-0. That one missed low, and the count 3-0. White Sox now have retaken the lead over the Orioles 3-2 top of the 8th, and Texas leads Tampa Bay 6-5 bottom of the 5th. Could be a big night for the Yanks. Poured a fastball in there for a strike.
Little small ball here from Joe Girardi of the Yankees. 8th inning. Nice sac bunt by Russell Martin. Let's see if they cash in here. Brad Lincoln thrown behind in the count with his breaking ball.
Right back to Lincoln. He could have had the runner go into third, but he takes the out at first for the second out.
Nobody out. Maybe a little different story, Michael. 2 outs. Easily could have gotten the runner at third base. He elected to go to first base. 2 outs. Now you got to get Ichiro. You see how much time he had to get Chavez in a rundown. See if it burns him. Runner at third base, 90 feet away. Pass ball, wild pitch. Infield single.
Well, here's just the guy to pick up an infield single, Ichiro Suzuki. 0 for 3 tonight. Flight out to right, grounded to third, grounded back to the mound. Good hard fastball. I think there's different color socks there, Al. I think Brad Lincoln's socks are much lighter.
The old school there, the actual
then Rajay Davis
socks.
Foul that.
So much more convenient now. They have the just the tube sock, I guess, the color of your team. You used to have to wear the sanitary white sock, as Rajay Davis is doing, and then the stirrup.
I still think that looks better.
This right here?
No.
Oh, yeah. I like the stirrup. That's old school.
A little bit more. He has to pull it up just a bit to be old school. Ground ball is short. Escobar. And that'll do it here in the 8th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We'll go to the 9th. Rafael Soriano will come out, and he'll try to close it out. You got to stick around later for the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz is going to break down the key plays from tonight's opener, and he'll get the latest from around baseball, get that Tampa Bay Rays score and the Baltimore Orioles score. Plus, Jack Curry has a reaction from the clubhouse, and also Joe Girardi's manager's report. It's the WB Mason postgame. It's only on Yes. So Soriano will come on and try to pick up his 34th save. He's 33 out of 35, and he has been one of the best relief pitchers in baseball for the Yanks.
Got an opportunity, unfortunately, with Mo going down, and almost perfect.
Yesterday, a bit of a scare on a comebacker. Really a hot shot back to the mound. We've seen 4 of those today. And it hit his bare hand. They had a compression wrap around it when he traveled home, but he's out there on the mound the next day, so he's fine tonight. Here is Torey Alba against Soriano. Low and away, 1-0. Yankees trying to nail down the first game of this 3-game set and the first game of the 6-game homestand. Yeah, strike. So David Phelps would get the win if Soriano gets the job done. And the Yankees would pick up their 75th victory. Two and 1.
Slider at times, Michael, is just unhittable. Yeah, a little different, you know, as an 8th inning setup pitcher. Hitters are generally more aggressive depending upon the situation. More often than not, a closing situation of 9th, hitters will spot the pitcher strike. Been consistently in that low 90s with some late movement on the fastball, usually a little cut, and then the sliders at times unhittable.
This is what happened yesterday, how scary a moment this was off the bat of Jason Kipnis. And he did get the out. Instinct takes over.
Haven't been hit in the head before. Your life, you just realize the danger of how close you are, and just at least protect your head.
And the 3-2. Foul back. Who hit the ball that hit you in the head?
Alex Gonzalez. I was with the Mets. It was a spring training game. And it was a curveball, and he just roped it. And I barely got some glove on it. And it hit me just off the temple, right temple. Very scary.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Torey Alba down on strikes.
Nasty 3-2. You talk about Soriano trusting this pitch. Tight spin. Can't pick up the dot. Torrealba just could not hold off. I think that's what makes Soriano. He'll throw it in any count. Very unpredictable.
So one down, and that brings up Moises Sierra. Moises is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 ground balls back to the pitcher and a ground ball to second. You take a look at Soriano, and he never shows any emotion on the mound except when the game is over. And then he unleashes a fury, clapping his hands together, pulling his uniform out. But on the mound, almost tranquil. Foul back.
You know, I think of, you remember Lee Smith?
Sure.
A big, tall man, many years with the Cubs, and just very, I saw that in his demeanor. Just very deliberate, very slow. You're right, conserve energy. You know, when a guy like this is getting it done, normally, you know, most closers got that fiery tempo.
Up the middle and through for a base hit. A lot of the batters going up the middle. That's the way they teach. And Soriano could not grab that one, so a base hit.
Fastball up middle of the plate. Sierra getting good wood on it. Right past again up the middle.
Nate McLouth, a 2-run home run for the O's. Baltimore leads 4-3 over the White Sox. Bottom of the 8th inning at Camden Yards. Here's Adeiny Hechavarria. Pitches outside, the slider, and the count 1-0.
Good fastball hitter. You saw it in the previous at bat. Roped a single down the left field line. Cody Epley doesn't have the same velocity as Soriano.
Foul back, 1-1. Popped up. Canó for the second out. Yankees 1 out away. And here's Rajai Davis. He is 0 for 4 tonight. Flied out to center. Grounded to short twice and struck out. Breaking ball strike.
It's that first pitch. Rajai Davis, I know he only has 6 home runs, but be careful of a guy who'll spin early, especially on the fastball. Gets a slider. Here comes another slider.
And now the Jays are down to their final strike. Yankees trying to bounce back from a subpar road trip where they got swept by the White Sox, but they did take 2 out of 3 from the Indians over the weekend. And a crowd of 42,962 looking for the final out. Runner goes. That one is grounded through for a base hit. Sierra will go to third. The throw comes to second. And Rajay Davis with a 2-out single. And now the tying runs are on base for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, you saw right before that pitch, Russell Martin was banging the ground. Knew he was going to get a slider. Soriano throws a lot of them. You'd see middle of the plate, thigh high, just not a good location, especially for 0-2. As a pitcher, 0-2, 1-2 count. You got a couple pitches to expand the pitcher's pitch, meaning off the plate, black or 5 to 6 inches away. That was a mistaken location.
Here's Colby Rasmus. He is 1 for 4. Struck out twice looking. Single to right and then flied out to center. First and third. 2 outs. Pitch is low. Soriano does not wilt in these situations. On Friday night in Cleveland, he had first and third and nobody out and got out of it without allowing a run, nailing down a 3-1 victory. Fakes to third and fakes to first.
Rajay Davis, second in the American League with 39 stolen bases.
That one is driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. A 3-run home run for Rasmus. And just like that, the Blue Jays lead 7-6. First home run for Rasmus and a rare blown save for Soriano.
Well, Colby Rasmus, 21 home runs, a slider trying to go backdoor. It ended up being middle of the plate. Outer half looked mistake location. The danger of a right-handed pitcher coming into the left-handed bat here at Yankee Stadium.
Pitches up and in to Encarnacion.
Got to it, hit it well.
Now you might want to look ahead. Bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Jeter, Swisher, and Canó. So the top of the order to try to make this up, as they now trail 7-6. A game in which the Yankees never trailed, and they trail now on the top of the 9th. So David Phelps will not get a win. And Soriano is on the hook for this one. Count 2-2, so the Yankees 1 strike away. But Davis kept the game alive with the single, as Larry Rothschild gets the bullpen up, and then the home run by Rasmus. These are games the Yankees usually don't lose. When they lead after 8 innings, they're 69-4. And that's how good their bullpen has been. 3-2. Swung on it, missed. Encarnacion down on strikes, but the damage has been done. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors and nobody left. A big blow. A 3-run home run by Rasmus. Yankees down by 1. It'll be Jeter, Swisher, and Canó. So a stunning turn here at the stadium. Yankees were prepared to walk off with this win, and now they have to face Casey Janssen in the bottom of the 9th inning. Janssen with 16 saves in 18 attempts, a 2.22 ERA, 50 strikeouts and 48 2/3, and doesn't walk too many people.
Very tremendous movement. Kobe Rasmus with the big 3-run homer. Not a whole lot of opportunities for Casey Janssen and Blue Jays to get saves. Right now, that's been the difference right there. Kobe Rasmus's big 3-run homer.
Yankee fans with very short memories here at the stadium booing Soriano as he left the mound. And he's done such an unbelievable job for them, filling in for the injured Rivera, but it's what have you done for me today on this Monday night. So he's looking to get bailed off by his teammates, and Jeter will start it off. Jeter hitless in 13 at-bats lifetime against Janssen. Derek 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Strike on the outside corner.
Uh-oh, Derek saying, if you're going to give me that, give him that. This is going to be a tough at-bat. Did not like that call by Angel Hernandez, home plate umpire.
High fly ball, right field, going back Sierra at the track, at the wall. See ya! Tie ball game. Derek Jeter with a home run. Ties it up at 7. Well, he's not hitless against Janssen any longer.
No. The first pitch, fastball away. Strike 1. He came back with, looked like a little slider. Derek has done so well in his career, staying inside the baseball. Tied this ball game up. Little cut fastball that just stays middle of the plate. Derek barreling it up just far enough. Moises Sierra. Tie ball game.
Well, nice catch by the fan. 3 gloves, 1 came up with it. Here is Nick Swisher. So the game is tied at 7, bottom of the 9th. Pitch outside, 1-0. Like Jeter, Swisher not much success against Janssen, just 2 for 15. Trying to end it right there, 1-1.
Wow, 1-0. Perfect pitch to swing, middle of the plate. Swisher got a little over anxious here. Watch here, he swings out of his shoes. That is a mistake right there from Casey Janssen on the Yesmo.
And there's a strike to Swisher, 1-2. Robinson Canó is on deck. So Soriano partially bailed out. And the 1-2. Took something off, and Swisher way out in front. He strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the ninth.
Hard curveball from Casey Jansen. Got a defensive count. You see the 12-6, that straight downward drop. Tough pitch to hit. Just hoping at that point he could touch it, foul it off out in front.
Well, here's Canó. He has 2 home runs tonight, both solo shots. Jansen deals a fastball low, 1-0. Grounded foul.
Hit the 2 home runs in first inning off of Henderson Alvarez. Solo home run. Put the Yankees ahead 1-0. Then the 4th inning, trying to get a fastball in. Alvarez again. Making it 2-0 Yankees. Now here we are, bottom of the 9th, 7-7 ball game.
Canó has never had a 3 home run game. Count 2-1. Foul back. Orioles have just won their game against the White Sox 4-3. So now they become very interested observers of this game. Jeter had a home run in each game in Chicago. And then a home run in this one. The 2-2. Ground ball to first. Encarnacion flips to Jansen for the second out. Now this would have been the spot for Mark Teixeira, the cleanup spot in the Yankee order. But Teixeira left the game in the 4th inning, or after the bottom of the 4th inning, when he suffered a calf contusion. Jason Nix took over. Since then, Nix is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch is high. Clay Rapata warms for the Yanks. Fastball strike, 1-1. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the Blue Jay order if there is a 10th inning. One and 2. Breaking ball in the dirt, and the count 2-2. So Derek Jeter leads off this inning with a home run and has tied the game at 7. 14th home run for Jeter. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nix down on strikes, but the captain keeps the game alive. A leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's 7-7, and it's time for free baseball. Extra innings coming up. We'll go to Clay Rapata. They've already used Cody Epley, David Robertson, Soriano, who got a rare blown save, and now they will turn it over to Clay Rapata with Adam Lynn, Yunel Escobar, and Kelly Johnson due up in the 10th.
Yeah, a little left, right, left here, Michael. Go right after Adam Lynn. Pitch Escobar tough, and then you got Kelly Johnson.
Lind 2 for 4. He had a home run in the second, a single in the 8th. And a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And the 0-2. Missed outside 1-2. So a clutch home run by the captain has sent this game into extra innings. And now the veteran Darren Oliver is up for the Blue Jays in their bullpen. Swing and a miss. Lind down on strikes.
Clay Rapata, nice sidearm slider. Little breaking ball running down and away. Good bite to it. Tough on the left-hander.
Well, Joe Girardi had Rapata in for that one batter. That's it. So he will signal to the bullpen. And it's going to be Derek Lowe. Lowe against Escobar. Here in the 10th. One man out. Game tied at 7. Stay where you are. With the Yankees and the Indians, 8-10, 21 starts, 165 hits in 126 innings. He makes you hit the ball, doesn't strike out many. Opponents at 319 against him. He said the problem in Cleveland is he's a major league tamperer. He tinkers and tampers with himself and he kept correcting things. And when Cleveland let him go, he sat down and watched some tape and he realized how far off he was from where he needs to be. And he thinks he's corrected it. There's a strike.
You know, Michael, that usually comes with age and you lose your stuff. And when the pitcher gets older and his stuff isn't the same, you lose confidence.
Ground ball to Jeter. 2 outs.
Well, Derek Lowe in his heyday, I mean, just a bowling ball sinker, power sinker with a good slider. So he had that scissor effect, that boring in fastball to the right-handers and then a put away slider.
That'll bring up Kelly Johnson.
You know, this year, you talk about those numbers, has not been good against left-handers. 361 batting average against Derek Lowe. 286 the right-handers.
Johnson fouls it back. Count 0-2. Count now 1-2. Guy who started, he's closed in a big market with the Red Sox, so he knows how to deal with pressure. If he has straightened things out, he can be a big addition to this Yankee bullpen. Fly ball, left center. Ichiro is there, and the Blue Jays go down in order, 1-2-3. In the bottom of the 10th, Granderson is going to lead it off. Stick around. Yankees had a 6-4 lead in the 9th inning, but a 3-run home run by Colby Rasmus made it 7-6 Blue Jays. Derek Jeter then led off the bottom of the 9th inning with a solo home run. That made it 7-7. Here we are on the bottom of the 10th inning, and this is the 7th pitcher used by the Blue Jays. The veteran Darren Oliver comes on for his 50th game. The ERA of 1.83, an ageless wonder. 42 strikeouts in 44 and a third innings, 32 hits, and 11 walks, so he has a whip under 1. Doing a good job.
41 years old. Michael been around a long time. First time he got to the big leagues was in 1993. The Texas Rangers. Left-handed. Throws strikes with a secondary pitch. He can stick around.
Here's Curtis Granderson. He is 0 for 4. He grounded out to second and then has flied out to center 3 times. There's a strike. 4 for 13 against Oliver. 1 of the 4 a home run. Oliver keeping it away from Granderson, which means keeping it away from the shorter part of the ballpark. Count 2-1. Eric Chavez is on deck. Now they could go with Casey McGee. We'll see how they play this. Depends on if Granderson gets on. 2-2. Oliver deals. Still 2-2. And Granderson has worked the count full.
Well, he's stingy on both sides. Left-handed batters and right-handed batters. 200 left-handed, 200 batting average for lefties, 207 righties.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Granderson.
See, that's just smart right there, Michael. He throws a kind of a show-me fastball deliberately way up in the zone at 88 and then came back with his reliable breaking ball. Calls it a slider. It's got more of a curveball speed to it. See Granderson out in front, 3-2 count. Sped him up with the high fastball.
Here's Chavez, 3 for 3 with a walk, and the pitch is high. 1-0. Both teams have to battle through disappointment here in the extra innings. The Yankees thought they had it at 6-4, and the Blue Jays thought they had it at 7-6. Good numbers against the lefty Oliver, 5 for 16. 1-1. 1-2.
Against each of their respective closers that have been pretty darn good this year. Soriano and Casey Janssen for the Blue Jays.
Strike 3, Chavez down looking.
Well, Chavez looking maybe for that slider. I know 2 strikes. You should just be looking for the ball, put it in play. Just perfect paint. Torrealba did not have to move the glove. Chavez saw the at-bat with Granderson. He did not see one breaking ball. Might have been off the plate by an inch or 2.
Darren Oliver will turn 42 this October. Here's Russell Martin. There's a strike. You're almost surprised a team like the Blue Jays that aren't going anywhere this year with all their injuries would not deal a veteran like this and get a young player back, and why a contending team, maybe they did make a run for him, but the Blue Jays wanted too much. Well, that's the perfect guy to deal if you're out of it.
41-year-old left-hander. And for Darren Oliver, been around a long time. You'd want to go to a contender.
One and two. Andrew Jones on deck.
out. So earlier tonight with Brian Butterfield and third base coach of the Blue Jays. Yeah. Here's Butter.
Foul back. Sometimes extra inning games go a little bit longer than they should because everybody's trying to hit the home run, the walk-off home run, rather than string together a couple of hits.
That's your 19-inning game?
That's what happens. One-two. Grounded to short. Escobar. The throw pulls him off the bag, but the tag is applied by Encarnacion, and he saves Escobar an error, and he ends the 10th inning. So the Yankees go down in order, and we're going to the 11th. It's a 7-7 game. Well, it's been a long journey.
Yeah, Michael, by the home run. First inning, solo home run by Robinson Canó is 26 on the year. And then in the fourth inning, same thing, solo home run off to Henderson Alvarez. And then in the ninth, the Yankees up 6-4. 3-run homer by Colby Rasmus, his 21st on the year off of Rafael Soriano. Blown save, but Derek Jeter to the bottom of the inning. Solo home run making this ball game 7-7. Here we are in the 11th inning. Home run night for both the Jays and the Yankees.
7-11, a convenient line score for the Blue Jays. 7-8-0 for the Yankees. Oliver's in, Lowe's in, two veterans. David Phelps pitched well again, but he will not be part of this decision. Yankees have Derek Lowe on the mound, so they're not worried about length here in extra innings. Lowe can go for a while, and he deals inside to Torrealba. Grounded left side, through for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Torrealba. You're going to see hits like that against Lowe. He wants you to hit the ball on the ground, and sometimes the ball's going to find a hole.
Well, old pitching coach said you get the leadoff batter, and you're always one pitch away, especially with a sinker ball pitcher. His Derek Lowe's velocity not the same, and when you have the movement, instead of it being late biting sink, it's more of rolling, but hitters could pick it up a little sooner, and that's where you get your harder ground balls.
Mike McCoy, the pinch runner. Let's see if Farrell asks Sierra to bunt. So Torrealba had a good night. 3 hits, 2 singles, and a home run.
Well, you got a ground ball pitcher, sets up certainly in an extra inning game. See if Sierra squares.
Keeping McCoy close.
No, it's a sack situation. Usually a high fastball is what you're trying to do to get the ball to pop up.
It's a foul ball on the bunt attempt.
Didn't look too comfortable there. Let's see, Sierra square. A lot of the, this guy in the minor leagues, you think about a lot of these hitters are middle of the lineup guys when they come up. Really didn't ever learn properly how to bunt. It's kind of a lost art.
Thrown away, and that will allow McCoy to go to second. He's rounded second. He's going to go to third. Jones gets the ball in, and now the Yankees are in a real pickle. Runner at third base with nobody out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Derek Lowe saw. You throw over a few times to identify what the hitter's going to do. And
that wasn't a terrible throw, though.
Repeated throws. Often as a pitcher, you see something with the runner, and you think you can pick him off. That was not a great effort by Chavez. Wasn't a great throw either. I think Chavez should have at least reached out and knocked it down.
Infield in. Count 1-1. Chavez moved from third to first. Teixeira left the game with the calf contusion. Count 2-1.
Well, you got a ground ball pitcher, infield in on average. Major League batting average goes up 75 points. Good pitch. Slider 2-1 count. Sierra seeing fastball. Now you got a chance to punch him out here, whatever that strikeout pitch is.
And that's what he does. Big strikeout of Sierra.
Sierra showing very uncomfortable against the breaking ball. The slider just drops out. Good play. Russell Martin keeping that ball in front of him. Potential run 90 feet away. Still infield in.
Here's Adani Hechavarria. Strike on the outside corner.
Nice pitch. Aggressive young hitter. Just the general rule of thumb is they're going to be swinging. Russell Martin calling a slider. Nice pitch by Derek Lowe.
Dribbled slowly to third. Nix charges. Fires to first. Throw home. Not in time. So McCoy held till the throw to first was made and then broke for home to give the Blue Jays an 8-7 lead.
Good base running by McCoy. Let's see this dribbler. McCoy, as a runner, he's able to come down the line as much as where Nix is. He actually wasn't as far. He could have followed a little bit more. On the throw, had every intention of going. The transfer looked like a little bobble from Chavez. Easily scoring. Coming up, you see McCoy did not go that far. Maybe that was part of his plan, but as soon as the ball was left Nix's hands, he was going. Pretty good speed.
So that E1, really a gigantic play to allow McCoy to go to third. Rajay Davis pops it up. Nix is there, and that will do it. One run, one hit, one big error, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning. It'll be Jones, Ichiro, and Jeter coming up. are trailing as they come into what could be their final at bat. Derek Lowe threw away a pickoff throw, one that Eric Chavez could have handled and really should have handled, and it allowed Mike McCoy to go to third. He then scored on a slow roller to third. And that's where we are right now. Jeff Mathis takes over behind the plate for Torrealba. McCoy had pinch run for him. Here's Andrew Jones. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up down the right field line. Long run for Sierra. And he almost overran the ball, but he makes the play in fair territory for the first out. Ed Hickox, the first base umpire, said that would have been a fair ball.
Well, he went a long way against Andrew Jones. He was playing more right center field. And as you see, almost overran the ball. So he's getting there. Michael said that would have been called a fair ball. Made it interesting.
Well, here's Ichiro, who is 0 for 4 tonight. Pitch outside from Oliver. That's what's on the bench for the Yankees. Chris Stewart, you want to save. He's the final catcher. And then Casey McGee. 2-1.
Pulled the string right there down, and Oliver changing speeds.
Shows bunt. Takes a strike. Yankees would love Ichiro to get on base, and then Derek Jeter could come up. He's coming up anyway, but Ichiro then might be able to steal a base. 3-2, and he is on base. So Ichiro with a big walk with one out here in the bottom of the 11th. The Yankees down in this one, 8-7. Well, can Jeter come up big again? In the 9th inning, Yankees trailing 7-6. He leads off with a home run against the closer, Casey Jansen. Made it 7-7 to 4 extra innings. Ichiro leads off first, held there by Encarnacion. And there's a strike to Jeter.
Interesting, John Farrell elected not to go to one of his 2 right-handers that are left. As good as Derek Jeter's been against left-handers, not great numbers against Darren Oliver career. He's got Chad Jenkins in the Blue Jay bullpen and Brandon Lyon.
Derek certainly has faced Oliver a lot. Popped up, right side, long run for Johnson. And he runs out of room. And boy, it's an adventure with Sierra. He goes into the wall. Didn't have a chance to catch that one. But he gets up smiling. So the count quickly 0-2 with Nick Swisher on deck. Sierra wasn't near the ball.
No, I think it was his way of slowing down, not running into the wall.
Blue Jays 8, Yankees 7. Ichiro leads off first. He has a good lead, but he keeps heading back to first with every pitch. Doesn't want to get picked off here. Jeter grounds one right side. Kelly Johnson gets the force, and Jeter is on first with 2 outs. That's a heads-up play by Johnson, keeping the tying run from going to second base.
No, when Ichiro's running, quick transfer. You see his turn. Kelly Johnson making a strong throw to Escobar, having to get a speedy Ichiro, keeping that tying run. away from scoring position. See plenty of time. Good turn. Good play.
Talking things over about Nick Swisher. Swisher has already connected from this side of the plate, a 2-run home run, 1 for 5. That home run came in the 5th inning. And here it is.
Aaron Laffey threw it one too many sliders into the bat of Nick Swisher.
Swisher takes a strike. Third baseman Hechavarria deep and close to the line, guarding against the extra base hit. Outfielders are deep as well. They don't want anything over their head. Nick Swisher has 3 career walk-off home runs. And Oliver taking too much time, so Swisher steps out. One and one. Swisher has faced Oliver 8 times in his career. He's hitless in those 8. But remember, Jeter was 0 for 13 against Jansen. Could not hold up on that 76-mile-an-hour breaking ball, 1-2.
This is where Darren Oliver's smart. The previous pitch, I thought was a tough pitch for Nick Swisher to lay off. 88-mile-an-hour fastball inside for a ball, and then he comes back with that nice curveball. Previous pitch set up that swing right there.
Swisher has been so locked in the month of August. Big spot for him right here. Bottom of the 11th inning. Yankees trail 8-7. Jeter's at first. A 1-2. 2-2. He gives you a little look. He gives you a little tease with that fastball. And then he goes to work. On deck is Canó.
You know, it's smart, Michael. He knows he's not throwing 95 anymore. And when he throws it, he's got to be intelligent about where he's trying to throw it and make sure he hits the glove and off the plate. That's a little throw over right here. Well, if he teased him with the fastball for a ball, which he's done, and then came back with a breaking ball for a strike, let's see if the combination is that curveball down and in. It is.
Well, that gives the Yankees a little bit of an advantage here because Jeter will be going on 3-2. He should be able to score on any double, and there's a chance on a deep single that he could also score.
Then you got Darren Oliver. You know Robinson Cano's on deck. Not that you're thinking that far ahead, but you got to make a good pitch here. Don't give in to Swisher just because Cano's on deck.
Jeter goes. Strike 3, and Swisher down looking, and the ball game is over. Jeter cannot, or should I say Swisher cannot believe the call. He's still standing at home plate talking with Hernandez, and I guess what he wanted to know, did I swing or is it a called third strike? What is it, Al?
Well, he called a called third strike. I think he could have gone either way. Maybe that was on the swing, Michael. Let's see, the curveball inside for a ball.
Could have been a swing.
Now, if it's a swing, you're Nick Swisher, you want to check the first base umpire at Hickox. It's pretty close.
It's close on both calls, whether it was a called third strike or whether it was a check swing. But nonetheless, the ball game is over. The Yankees lose a tough one. They were up 6-4 down to the final strike in the 9th inning, but they could not hold on. A rare blown save for Soriano. And despite a Derek Jeter ninth inning home run, they ended up losing this one in 11 innings, 8-7 to the Blue Jays. Stick around for the postgame show to find out who's tonight's Chevy player of the game. We'll come back, we'll wrap things up, and then we'll get into the postgame with Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. Tough loss for the Yankees. They lose 8-7 in 11.